is underseated. There's your confirmation. The problem with it is, this is the problem, is we will make the exact opposite.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, from Learfield, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer. Pioneer combines cutting-edge research with one of the largest local testing programs in the industry to help farmers succeed. Pioneer, what's next happens here. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with a new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. By University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. And by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
It all comes down to this Saturday night in Kansas City at the T-Mobile Center of the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships, as we crown 10 individual champions here, starting things off at heavyweight, close things out at 197. They are going to have two of the last three matches be potential four-time national champions. As they have the stage up, Parade of All-Americans is done, and we get ready for wrestling action. Started out with 330 wrestlers on Thursday morning, and it comes down to these final 20 to walk away as a champion for this year. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside saying thanks for joining us. Mark, every year we talk about it. It's a long year, it's a long day, it's a long tournament. You see that elevated stage, you know that it's going to be two guys stepping up there per weight class for all the glory. It's just exciting. It is what this sport is all about every season.
You know, I'm honestly kind of speechless. It's cool to see. It's really, really cool to be here every year for the finals. Sometimes I feel like we kind of take it for granted a little bit, but it's a high-priced ticket to get this year, and it seems like it gets higher and higher priced every single year. People pay a lot of money to come to this tournament, not just to get the ticket, but also for the hotels and the food and the gas and everything that goes along with it. And it's such a great environment, and these arenas do an amazing job with putting on just an amazing show. And the entertainment and the energy that's in this building, like what we're seeing right now on this elevated stage. You got the red carpet, the green carpet, and your big overhead Jumbotron screen, and the full stadium here. It's just full arena. It's so cool to be part of this. But then to be an actual athlete and making the finals, to be a Drake Ayala down there tonight, that's just so awesome and spectacular for someone like that to have the opportunity to do that. And then hopefully you can go out there and make the best of it. And these are what, as they say, dreams are made of, and they don't come around very often. You only get a chance to do this in a short time period of your entire life, so you make the best of it, and then you become a fan. And it's kind of funny because I was in the elevator on the ride up here today, and to come to this session, and Yanni Demakahalis was in the elevator, and a fan was in the elevator, and asked him, he says, "So do you miss being out there tonight, Yanni?" And Yanni's like, "Honestly, that was my time." He goes, "I love being a fan and being in the stands and the energy that is involved in that." He goes, "It's freaking awesome, and it really, really is. It's awesome to be a fan." But it's easy for him to say too, because he won 4 national titles, right. So he won everything he could pretty much win. He won it all 4 years, and other people fall up short, and it's a bummer, and it kind of haunts them for life, sometimes. So it's a little bit easier for him, and now to check out and just be a fan is great. But there is a lot that goes into that.
Waiting for TV to get things underway here, and Drake Ayala will be second. I know we talk about it a lot. You were in this position a couple of times in your career, but what's Drake Ayala's day like today? I mean, obviously weigh-ins were at 8 o'clock. What's he doing weight cut-wise? And then, he's done with his weigh-in at 8:10, 8:15, whatever. He's heading back to the hotel. Doesn't have to get back over here till 5 o'clock to start getting into his match. What's he doing physically to stay optimum, but also mentally so that, he's not ignoring what's coming up, but he's also working himself into it mentally.
Stay in your routine. That's the biggest thing. You stay in your routine. Stay what got you here. Stay. You keep. Your. So I'm watching the fan cam here. Look at that guy dancing. That cracks me up. But you keep your routine going. You get your nutrition in the morning. You come in, you get your weighing in, you get your nutrition in. You probably get a little light workout in this morning, just kind of get the blood flowing a little bit. And then you get some really good rest if you can. And it's really tough to sleep when you're a national finalist and you got such a big match, and it's so exciting to be able to be part of something like this tonight. It's kind of tough to sleep if you can get even 15, 20 minutes, but at least lay down for an hour, hour and a half, and just kind of relax and calm your mind and your body. And then you come over here and you go through your normal routine, and you got your nutrition in you throughout the day. You don't overdo it. You just keep it going. The fluid's going through you, and you come in, you get a really nice, good, hard warm-up and blow, and then you're ready to go come game time. So, but this is on a level and on a stage that he's never been on before, but Figueroa hasn't either. So I was talking to his dad between sessions over at FanFest. He came over, and I know that they've wrestled each other before, and he thinks it's going to be a really fun and exciting match to watch. Lots of action between the two of them. So we'll see how it kind of plays out. Hopefully and obviously in Drake Ayala's favor.
They wrestled in high school once at the Who's Number One in folk style, with Drake winning that one. And then they wrestled also at the U21s in freestyle, with Figueroa winning that one. But a couple of the highly touted guys at this weight class and making their way to the stage. That one is on deck. Right now we start things off with the heavyweights. Top-seeded Greg Kirkvleet of Penn State taking on the number 10 seed Lucas Davidson of Michigan. Davidson had a big upset, knocking Younger Bastida of Iowa State out of the championship side, and then Bastida proceeded to lose his next match and is out of the tournament. So the number 2 seed did not finish as an All-American. Take a quick look at our Hawkeye Women's Wrestling recap, brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, featuring the Draft Day Sports Lounge, where you'll find great food, beverages, and the Top Golf Swing Suite ready to play. The Iowa Hawkeye women, national champions this year, 12 All-Americans, 6 national champions individually, and only 2 of those are graduating, so they will have a lot coming back. So good things in the future for them. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, located just minutes south of Iowa City, is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural season of Hawkeye Women's Wrestling. Thank you, Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, for your partnership with the Iowa Hawkeyes. This will be an interesting one. Kirkvleet and Davidson. Davidson about the same height, but gives up a little bit of weight to Kirkvleet. They wrestled in the dual meet earlier this year, with Kirkvleet winning 8-3.
Kirkvleet quite a bit bigger than Davidson. What was the score of the dual meet you said?
8-3. Davidson looked really good against Hendrickson in the semifinals last night.
What'd you say there?
Said Davidson looked really good against Hendrickson last night.
He had a big come from behind. He got taken down first. Davidson's had a couple of good matches. I'm trying to think of his quarterfinal match too. He beat was it Bastida?
Bastida, yeah.
Bastida?
Yep.
Yeah. 6-4. And then he came storming back and beat Davidson, or beat Hendrickson 13-7.
A lot of hand fighting so far. There's a shot attempt by Kirkvleet, gets to the leg. Davidson tries to turn and kick away, but Kirkvleet hangs on to the other ankle and gets the 3 points.
He made that look so easy, Steven. Penn State coming in to this, and more than likely they are going to beat the all-time record for most points scored in a national championship tournament. You can look at that a lot of different ways. You know, it's just a lot different scoring system now, and we were talking about this a little bit beforehand about, honestly, it just, you kind of, now that there's a 3-point takedown, now that you can get near falls for just a 2 count and also a 4 count and 4 near falls, which is more than you had before, and there's a neutral danger rule, and then there's the portal, so you can buy basically members of your team. That's what's happening a lot, and it's just a whole nother dynamic of wrestling. Set all the record books starting this year. If you want to really honestly be fair and do it right. And that goes for wins and victories as well, too. I mean, because a 3-point takedown could be the difference in an outcome of a match or a near fall point or whatever that wasn't there before. And then you got the rules, too, that, now you can have one shoelace in bound, the other guy's completely out of bounds, and you can still score points. You can still get a pin. And so it's just so different now, and you can't really compare. And I'm not trying to be, a handful of sour grapes because, our record is in jeopardy. I'm just kind of stating the facts that it's just not even the same, and that's not taking away what Penn State is doing by any means. I mean, they are so incredibly dominant, and they have been for a decade now.
There was just another nice snap by Kirkvleet. He just snapped Davidson as he started to step away, just dropped down and grabbed the ankle and gets the takedown. Davidson gets out for the escape. Head back to the center. Final seconds of the first period. 6-2 is the lead for Kirkvleet.
And they just keep getting bonus points, too. They just keep adding on to it. 2 takedowns there in the first period. I mean, that's a perfect example right there. So he's up 6-2 right now. And last year he's up, what is that?
4-2.
4-2, It's only a 2-point match instead of a 4-point match, and it's such a big difference. And you add that up for all the wrestlers throughout the tournaments, and how many more majors you're gonna get, how many more techs you're gonna get, And then the biggest thing is not even just the takedowns, but it's the near falls. A two count now is near falls.
Yeah.
And a 4 count's 4 points. So it all adds up.
Davidson out for the escape. So that makes it 6-3. 20 seconds gone by, second period.
I did have a really good talk. You know who I got to talk to between sessions today over at FanFest? Mike McCormick.
Ooh, there you go. That'd be a good earful to give.
It was a really nice. I didn't want to try and take up all of his time because he was with his wife and they're just trying to get away from things and enjoy FanFest a little bit. So I didn't want to. He said he's already been called. I can't even repeat what he said. Some really bad names throughout the weekend. Like never been called that many names in the past 2 days. But that's just kind of where they're at right now. But anyway, I mean I don't say I gave him an earful, but I was very good about how I presented my thoughts and opinions on a lot of these rules and the referees and the calls that we see and stated my case, and he understood them. And, whether it's in one ear or not the other, I don't know. But
shot by Davidson. Kirkvleet, though, sprawls back. Well, I've said it all year long. I mean, the referees are calling it how the rules are written as their Kirkvleet from that front head gets in on a shot.
He's not the one that actually makes the rules.
Yeah.
And I was told that it's not even people that have wrestled. They're not even wrestling people making the rules, and that's what blows my mind. That's obvious now. Now it's making sense.
Yeah.
That's what's killer to me.
Take down Kirkvleet. Well, that's why I say. That's why, it's hard to blame the referees because they're just enforcing what is presented to them. I mean, it's one of those where, you said we didn't see Jason Wedgbury. Did he do something through the year that he got dinged for that, he didn't hold the rules the way they were supposed to, so then he got dinged and didn't get enough points to be one of the referees here? I don't know. That is complete speculation. But, it's instances like that. Like, the referees have to do it this way because that's what their job is.
I did mention the old, cliche, there's 30 seconds left. This guy hasn't done anything the whole match, and all of a sudden now he's down by a takedown or two, and now he wants to start wrestling. So now it's like an automatic stall call. It's like you got to call these matches in the first minute like you're going to like the last minute. And then I also talked to him about how, the edge of the mat stall calls and how sometimes I feel that they if a guy doesn't circle in or he sprawls out of bounds or something, he gets dinged because it wasn't continuous action. But at the same time, you got to think and look okay, if you're in dead center of the mat, how are you going to defend that hole? If it's like the same way, then how can you call him for stalling on the edge of the mat? That's how you would defend it if you were in the center,
Right.
But you don't see it like that a lot of times, and that's what I get upset about. And these people and these referees should know the sport of wrestling and know how to defend a hold and what the natural defense is going to be. So what do? You're supposed to give up a takedown, let him in on your legs, and give up a takedown because you're on the edge, or give up a stall call? It shouldn't have to come down to that. I didn't even mention the rear standing.
10-3 with 45 seconds left. Kirkvleet with the lead.
He mentioned the Fix and Ragusan match last night too, and said it was the right call. It was just unfortunate with the way that it was kind of made, and they kind of how to go about it, and it looked bad. But the right calls were made and ended up correctly, even though Michigan still does not see it that way at all.
Another takedown. Kirkvleet makes it 13-3. He's about ready to get riding time as well. I don't see what Michigan. Well, he's not going to ride him out. So 13-4. Still going to be a major decision, though. There was locked hands. That means you stop the riding time. Oh, yep. There's Kirkvleet backing straight out of bounds with 9 seconds left. So he's going to get stall called. So Greg Kirkvleet, undefeated national champion, 13-4 will be the final score over Davidson of Michigan. He could theoretically come back for one more year if he wants to.
I'm willing to bet he does. Why wouldn't he? They can pay him to do it now. Might as well.
Well, we're going to step out and take a timeout. We've got Drake Ayala coming up next. You're listening to the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
At Target, our prices for Easter are so low, you can put all your eggs in one basket. Surprise them with Target exclusive favorite day treats, like our unique chocolate bunny and a cute basket, all from just $4. Add in some fun with a 6-pack of bubbles, 50-piece sidewalk chalk, and super soft stuffed animals, all from $5. And get great family picks with new Easter looks. It's easy with women's and girls' dresses for only $20 and under. Low prices on everything for Easter? Now that's Target.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
iHeartRadio. Soundtrack. Flashback.
Was there anything Queen couldn't do? Flash Gordon hit screens in 1980 and gave us a soundtrack / Queen album for the ages. The Flash theme still conjures positive vibes to this day.
King of the impossible. For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
The Hawkeyes play here on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City's Hawkeye sports leader.
Welcome back to Kansas City's T-Mobile Center, the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships, as we get ready for 125 pounds. Iowa's Drake Ayala taking on the number 8-seeded Richie Figueroa from Arizona State. Ayala, the number 3 seed, started out with a 10-2 major decision over Elijah Griffin of Cal Baptist. A tech fall 19-4 over the 14 seed Nick Provo of Stanford. a 4-1 sudden victory win over Troy Spratley, the 6th seed of Oklahoma State, and then a 3-2 win over the number 10 seed Eric Barnett of Wisconsin. Figueroa comes in as the 8th seed. Major decision over Ethan Bergnick of Army. Major decision over Patrick McKee of Minnesota. A 3-2 win over top seed Braden Davis of Penn State. And a 4-3 win over Anthony Noto of Lockhaven. And that gets them here to this finals matchup. Figueroa, redshirt junior out of Sanger, California. First time that he has qualified for the NCAAs. Pac-12 champion.
He seems like a kid that has really kind of come on in the postseason. You know, Pac-12 champion, and maybe got healthy after getting hurt at the Midlands, and just really coming on. He's in his groove right now, and he's just kind of feeling it, and he's feeling it here at the NCAAs. But you know what? You can also say the same thing for Drake Ayala. So I look forward to a pretty darn good match here, and I hope Drake comes out and scores early, but just keep the pace going. You know, just doesn't let up.
All season long, Pioneer brings us our talk with Hawkeye Tom Brands. Pioneer boosts your yields by combining industry-leading R&D with rigorous local testing. At Pioneer, what's next happens here. Also check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store located in the strip mall just south of Target on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel offers the latest looks for a variety of local sports teams, including an expansive wrestling section. Check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids, or shop online at iowastyleapparel.com.
Who's going to be in Drake's corner, Steven?
I bet Tom and Terry.
I agree.
And maybe Star.
Oh,
you can have three coaches now. I don't know if they'll go Star or if they'll go Telford. Probably Star.
Star.
Lights are off. Spotlights shining around the arena, getting ready for introductions. Coming in from our left, the far corner is the red corner, the near corner is the green. Figueroa will be in the red. Drake Ayala will have the green ankle band. What do you suppose Drake's song's going to be?
I have no idea. Something I probably won't know, just like this one.
It's a... I'm trying to think who it is. Is that Chili Peppers? Drake coming out wearing his gray Iowa wrestling sweatshirt. It's like just
Terry and Morningstar.
Terry and Morningstar, yep. Here we go, Ayala and Figueroa. Like you, I got to stand for this one.
I got goosebumps, Steven. Yeah, look at that. I do.
Part of that's because it's chilly up here tonight.
I even got my jacket on, and I got goosebumps. It's not. I got chill. It's not from being chilly up here.
It's what you train for, like Drake said in his press conference yesterday. It's what you dream of as a little kid. Make it up here on a Saturday night. Puts the foot on the line, shakes hands. We are underway. 125-pound championship match. Ayala and Figueroa. Staying real low is Drake, like always. Figueroa keeping
Staying
some
back.
distance.
Yep.
There's Drake's slide by.
Slide by attempt by Drake.
It is nice they've got scoreboard with the clock up on the screen as well as down on the side, so it's easier for us fans to see. A little "Let's Go Hawks" chant starting in the crowd. Ayala been staying pretty much right in the center. Figueroa been stalking around. It's kind of like, was it Courtney against Spencer Lee a couple years ago? Trying to just keep that separation. Slide by attempt again by Drake. That's what you talk about. Get your hands on him, but move him.
Both guys just staying really low, keeping their legs way back, arms length apart. There's Drake with a nice sweep to the head of the outside. He's in deep, head of the inside single right now. Has his hands locked.
Whizzer thrown in by Figueroa. Drake trying to slide down to the knee, down to the ankle, slips out, and can't get around to cover as he limp-armed.
Tried to limp arm right there, but I think should have stayed down on that ankle and try to elevate it a little bit, and bring it up and put it up on your leg and shelf it. Tried limping out.
Halfway through the first period, no score.
It was good to see, though, Drake got in deep on that shot.
Tied up, they push away. Drake stands up, kind of runs in place for 2 steps, and now comes back across. Left hand up on the collar, trying to snap. Again, both guys bent way over at the waist with their legs far away. Another slide by action by Drake. Forehead to forehead.
I was going to say, forehead to forehead.
.40 seconds left now in the first period. Well, we've seen Drake scoreless first periods a lot, but he's been taking some efforts here.
He's taken one shot. Figueroa hasn't taken any, but Drake's he's not doing enough to, create a stall call here. Now he's on the edge of the mat. Drake's got to circle in this position.
Figueroa hits the slide by. We come up in an over-under situation. 10 seconds left. Drake trying to circle back in. Figueroa clears out of that. Side steps back to the center. And the first period will come to an end. No score. Coin flip. Drake's choice. He defers, so Figueroa's going to go down.
Now, this is where I want to see us really put an emphasis on is riding. Sometimes Drake just releases a guy way too easily and to ride. See, like that right
just
there.
Like that.
Exactly. We put no effort into riding at all.
Came around to a claw for a moment and then just got back around behind and stood up and let him go.
That's something I think he really needs to focus on in the offseason is his on-top riding abilities, especially when you got a guy like Spencer Lee in the wrestling room was so good up there. And Dan Dennis, too, in the room.
Figueroa leads 1-0, minute 25 to go, second period. Ayala dropping for a shot. Figueroa steps out of it. Dan's getting a little antsy, wanting some action here. Figueroa with the snap. Drops for a sweep. Drake just throws the legs away. Duck attempt there by Figueroa. We down block. Try to keep the hands on him. Figueroa clears back. Over to the edge.
But we got to shoot here. We got to shoot. We can't just try and push him off. We got to shoot him off here. We got to actually take a really good shot here. The crowd's wanting a stall call on Figueroa, but we're just not doing enough, creating enough action to cause that referee to just, you know what, I'm sorry, dude, but I gotta make a call here.
Yeah. 25 to go, second period. Drake trying to snap into a front headlock. Slide by attempt there by Figueroa. Figueroa again over on the edge. Drake tries that slide by again. Now steps inside for that Merkel position. Figueroa grabs our leg. Figueroa tries to limp arm out. No takedown. Oh, they give it.
Yeah, that's a takedown.
But time ran out, I think. They're probably going to go look at this to make sure. They say 3 takedown, but then they're going to go look at it to see if time had run out. Situation where Drake tried to step inside with that Merkel position, but he got his leg too far. So instead of getting it between Figueroa's legs, it went to the other side, and Figueroa was able to grab onto it. And then
Brian's saying time was out.
Drake was trying to hold like a side headlock, and then he tried kicking out right at the edge, and his other foot got caught. But, yeah, the question is, had time run out or not? Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Also, if you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. And Figueroa didn't have both ankles like completely secure. He just barely had a toe of Drake's. The question, I think there was enough control there. It's just a matter of, was there time on the clock? Call stands, takedown. So Drake's down 4-0 as we go to the third period. It will be Drake's choice. Morningstar.
So I think what they were questioning is they want to look and see if it was 3. What Morningstar's throwing the block in on is he wants them to review if there was still time, if time was out.
So this is kind of like
I would think if they went back and reviewed it, they would have looked at that as well,
right,
as if it was 3 the first time. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I mean, that was a questionable thing. I would have thought that when they just went and reviewed it on their own, they would have been one to see if there was control when there was still time in. So I don't know what we're really reviewing here, to be honest with you, then. I mean,
other than we're looking at the third party. So it was a situation, like we said at Big Tens. It was the refs reviewed it. They came over, watched the replay. They said, yeah, I agree with my call. That's a takedown. And now we've thrown the challenge brick and said we want somebody in the back to say if that was a takedown or not. Both guys pacing around, waiting for the referee to get on the horn
back
from
to
the back.
that, I just don't understand why we don't put more emphasis on riding right there, Steven. Like, we literally didn't even try to ride him. Like, he just stood up and we just let him go. Like, I don't understand why we're not putting on a really good, heavy ride there. Keeping him down, trying to get that minute riding time, trying to, let's, and I'm not picking on Drake here. I'm picking on this kind of the sport in general right now. How about we try to actually get a fall, break him down, try to turn him over and pin him. And it was 0-0 at the end of the first period. We got in a one shot, but let's try something. And that's where I think we've lost a lot of focus in the sport of wrestling is from that top position. And, I mean, what we have been doing is going a lot of tilts because you can get more near fall points now, but the art of actual turning a guy over like in an arm bar or something to pin a guy, nobody looks for that anymore.
Just looking on Twitter, and a couple people are saying they think it should be Drake's takedown with the Merkel and then a reversal for Figueroa, which would make it a 3-3 score. I don't know. To me, that Merkel, don't you have to be like inside this leg? And Drake was still kind of draped in front.
It wasn't too.
The referee's still on the phone with the replay. Maybe that's what Ryan Morningstar was saying, was that it should have been a 3 for us and then give up the 2 reversal.
Well, I know that when they showed, like, the replay of not of the hold, because they don't show that on the big screen, but just of the coaches, Terry at first and then Ryan threw his arms up and said his time was out.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. So that's why I figured he's challenging right now. But maybe he's trying to get lucky to see if he had control before, like you said.
Crowd getting a little antsy. They pull the side referee over to converse with the head referee.
Now, now Zeke Jones has his block in his hand. So if he's like trying to I don't know what you call it, intimidate him with his block. It's like if he's going to throw a block.
Chorus of boos coming through, wanting this to take less time. So after all of that, they keep it as a 3-point takedown. Ayala trails 4-0. He'll start down to begin the third period. Drake has 6 seconds built towards his riding time.
Well, he needs an escape and a takedown and then a ride out to go into overtime.
Works up to his feet. Hand control, almost. Figueroa pulls him back down. Into a sit-out right on the edge of the mat. Morningstar thinking there might have been a locked hands call. There, Drake gets out front, gets the escape. It's a slide by right away.
Or
takes a shot right on the edge.
Maybe a couple stall calls, too.
Minute 30 to go. Ayala down 4-1. Riding time not a factor. Figueroa drops right to the edge there. Drake drops in on a shot. Reshot there by Figueroa.
Go in. Turn in.
Drake squares up. His foot goes onto the carpet. Again, crowd getting antsy as Figueroa just takes 3 or 4 steps back right off the whistle. Drake, another slide-by attempt. Figueroa.
The crowd wants Figueroa to stay in.
There is the stall call against him.
We'll get another one. We still got a minute to go here if we keep that up, but we need a takedown, Steven. We got to get a takedown here.
And I think that's part of what the 3-point takedown has changed is Figueroa's like, I'll give up a point. I'll give up 2 stall calls. And there he gets Drake caught reaching in on him. Drake steps over top, locked around the crotch, trying to roll him through. He's got both legs, but his head hasn't popped out yet. Now he's got it draped up over the back. Drake rolls through. Almost caught in the neutral danger right there. Now Drake trying to sit up to turn into Figueroa. Figueroa trying to stack him up neutral danger again. Still no takedown. And there Drake has to bail out and give it up. With 15 seconds left, Drake Ayala is going to lose.
God dang it.
Up to his feet, out for the escape. 7-2 will be the final score.
Dang it.
Drake Ayala will finish as runner-up for this year's tournament. It's hard, but it's what we've seen of late, where Drake was the aggressor, couldn't turn it into his own offense, and Figueroa was able to find a way to sneak something in off of what Drake was doing.
Well,
one thing to be aggressive, it's another thing to be aggressive and find a way to score with it.
Getting out of position, just getting out of position. Just getting out of position there when you're pushing in, and we got caught reaching in, and he was able to drop in on our legs. And even we get caught up sometimes, I think, in getting to the very edge and just working on pushing and getting that stall call instead of what was I saying earlier? Shoot him off. You want to get in on there, get to your offense and shoot him off. Don't just stand there and push and just trying to push out and then give him all that pressure that he needs for him just to drop in and get on a shot on you. Got to wrestle through the edge. But hey, that's as much as I hate to say it because we want to win there so bad, but that was a fantastic tournament for Drake Ayala. That was a great tournament. I mean, Drake comes in as the number 3 seed and he makes the finals. Figueroa comes in as the 8 seed and makes the finals. I don't know what year Figueroa is, but
junior.
They could meet up again next year easily.
Well, let's step out and take a timeout. We'll be back with more from Kansas City right after this. You're listening to the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
This is Monica from Monica's. Randy trusted Chef Sal and I for decades. Over the years, we learned from his work ethic, generosity, and courage. We made a strong team because he was a great coach. We are honored to carry on his legacy and will not change the Monica's playbook. Italian specialties and American favorites made from authentic ingredients, prepared and served by a caring staff. Like athletes, we will never forget our great coach. Thank you for your continued support. And of course, go Hawks.
2 for $222. 2 for $222. Drive home 2 Carousel pre-owned vehicles for just $222 per month. For the first time ever, get a Carousel pre-owned vehicle for just $111 per month. With a payment like that, why not get 2 for $222? Stuck in a loan or lease? Come see Mr. Vice the Trade Man and get up to $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for your old ride. Worried about your credit? Forget it. Carousel Pre-Owned has guaranteed credit approval. 2 rides, $222 per month. And if you think you owe too much on your trade, Mr. Vice will give you $3,000 guaranteed minimum for your trade. So you can drive home in a new ride for $111 per month. Or get 2 for $222. But only at Carousel Pre-Owned on Stevens Drive, next to Hy-Vee on Waterfront. Or 24/7 at bestdealiowa.com. That's bestdealiowa.com. Offer with approved credit, plus tax tag and $69 documentation. Credit may affect down payment. 3,300 down. 78 months, 6.9%. Example 2019 versus stock D12036.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside at the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Giving the awards at 285 pounds heavyweight. Get ready for 133. Dayton Fix for Oklahoma State. Going to be taking on the number 6 seed Vito Arujau of Cornell. Well, Mark, for Drake Ayala, you said it. Great tournament. Did a lot of good things this year. And kind of like we talked about this morning, use this as a springboard. Hopefully, don't rest on your laurels and think I'll just be able to do what I've been doing and get back there again. Figure out how can I come through, get better, and really put a stamp so that there's no doubt that I'm the guy next year.
Well, there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, there's a lot of work to be done in a lot of areas. I think one area obviously is, just from a technical standpoint, learning different things from a technical standpoint that we need to learn. And one is, finishing takedowns. 2 is riding. But I also think, too, from just a mentality aspect of things, too, a little bit, in certain positions and wrestling through the positions. And just when you got to get a takedown, you got to get a takedown. Or when you get the guy kind of to the edge as far as, starting to break him a little bit and they're starting to get a little bit physically tired, then you got to freaking push him over the edge. And we just don't have that. You see glimpses of it once in a while, but you just don't see it on a regular basis up and down the lineup at all, and I think that's where we're hurting. But it all kind of strings together and goes hand in hand. You just need to improve and continue to keep getting better in all forms of the sport. And I guess the good thing is for Iowa right now, we got a lot of room for growth.
Yep.
But obviously something's not clicking. Something's not working for us, and that's where, Tom just has to go back and reevaluate and look at certain things and see what they can possibly do different to to start getting us back on the right track again, you know? Or what needs to be changed or what, you know? And if you sit there and you think, nothing, it's not, we're not doing anything wrong, it's just, you know, things aren't going our way or whatever. I mean, it's been accumulating. We need to figure something out. Something has to change. And I'm not saying like coaching change or something like that. That's not what I'm saying. So all the keyboard warriors out there, Ironside's saying you need a coaching change. That's not what I'm saying. It might be a training thing. It might be a technical thing. Maybe we bring someone else in and, you know, show some different things, or just the way that we're teaching, what we need to focus more on. And I don't know. I'm not in the room. I don't know what. I'm never in the room. Okay, people think that I am, and I'm not. I'm never in the room, so I don't know what's worked on. I don't know how the practice is run. I don't know what goes on in there. So I just know that for a while now, things just have not been going our way, and we need to get creative and figure it out. 133 pounds now, Vito Arujau out here taking on Dayton Fix, and this should be a great match. This is a rematch of last year's finals. Semifinal last year, which was a fantastic match.
Because Fix, he's what, a 3-time runner-up? Yeah. 3-time runner-up, and then he finished 4th last year. Got blood time right away. Or headgear broke, it looks like.
Arujau beat RBY in the finals last year.
Yeah. I think to your point, I mean, kind of what you see. I mean, I saw a couple things at the break there on Twitter. You know, somebody said it's a shame to see Ayala be the aggressor and be losing. But at the same point, that's kind of what we talked about, is it's one thing to be aggressive and pushing. It's another thing to be aggressive but find ways to not let them sneak something in or not let them take advantage of you reaching like that. Like, being smart about how you're being aggressive. I mean, you still want the Iowa style. You want to, you know, continue that forward pursuit, but guys know what's coming. I mean, you saw Figueroa. That was his game plan. He wanted to stay away. He wanted to get Drake
coming at him.
He wanted to catch him reaching. We've seen that many times. And so, you know, what can we do to understand that and counteract that?
Well, that's a situation where Drake kind of has to feel it, you know, and instead of chasing him to the edge, just stay in the center. Just stand there and stay in the center and wait for him to come to you. And just point it to him. Say, hey, let's. You know, he goes back when he runs to the center or runs to the edge, you know, or backs up to the edge 3-4 times in a row. Just go back to the center and just stay in the center and point at him. Say, hey, come over here. Let's wrestle out here. That'll get the freaking crowd going. That'll get the referee to know that he means business. He wants to wrestle in the center, and then it'll make him look bad. Maybe they'll come out there and actually wrestle you a little bit. Call him out.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just giving him what he wants and going to the edge all the time. You know, that's something I saw Tom Brands do once. Believe it or not.
Didn't he run back in and sit?
He ran from the edge of the mat because the guy kept going out of bounds, going out of bounds, going out of bounds. I watched this in person at Carver Hawkeye Arena against North Carolina State once. And the guy was stalling, always going to the edge. Tom kept chasing him to the edge. Tom goes into the middle of the mat, sits down on his butt, puts his legs out in front of him, like you're doing toe touches, and sit there just like hey, I'm right here, come get me. So then the guy, as he gets closer, gets kind of ticked off about it, so he comes charging Tom. Tom just gets his knees underneath him real quick and hits a double leg from his knees and takes him down. That's the honest God truthful story.
I remember seeing a video of that.
I mean, that's a true 100% statement, and that's what I'm talking about. But that is the mentality that we're missing right now. We do not have that mentality on our lineup that Tom Brands had. We have it as you know, obviously in the coaching staff, but we just can't translate it to the athletes right now for whatever reason. Maybe it's something you can't teach either. You know, I mean, a little bit of it you can't. You're just kind of born with it or you're not type of thing. But you know, it has to rub off somewhat. You know, and that's where I think Gable did a really good job was bringing athletes along and figuring out what made them tick. And right now, that's what we need to do is figure out what's going to make these guys want to perform. You know. What's going to make these guys want to go out there and put on a show and light that scoreboard up with fireworks? And that's what we need to kind of get creative and figure out here.
Finally got a minute gone by in this match. Vito had a cut on his head that they had to swab and try to get stopped bleeding. And then right after they got back to action, he took a finger in the eye, kind of backed out. And he must be worried about something because he's been taking his time getting back to the center. That time they broke the tie, and he's got blood, it looks like.
He's going to have to end up getting like a wrap over the top of his head.
Yeah, and that's hard because it's like right on the top of his head.
Yeah, you're going to have to like take it underneath your jaw, take your headgear off, take it underneath your jaw, go over the top of the head, create a bandage, and boy, these finals between this and then the challenge forever. These 25-33 finals are taking forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it bleeding from here. It's oozing out. He's going to have to, like, wrap that big time.
Yeah, that got gashed good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go underneath the chin and over the top of the head, and that'd be uncomfortable. But that's what's gonna have to be done. Otherwise, you're gonna continually keep stopping it and stopping it and stopping it. What you don't want to have happen is you're right in the middle of a shot, and then you got blood everywhere, and it's just pouring out of his head. Or unless they're going to stitch him up right now.
John Smith getting a little frustrated because he just wants wrestling to get going.
Well, he knows.
But he knows the blood.
I want to go back to Arujau's head. They had the camera on top of Arujau's head. I want to know if they're going to stitch it right now or cauterizing it.
Yeah, cauterize.
Referee Kurt Frost down there with a view right there as he's roughing this match.
The trainer's back is to us, so we can't really see, but Mike Gray, the Cornell coach down there. Helping steady things on the head. Well, it's interesting. I mean, like you said, long delay with the blood time here. You had the long delay with the review. And this has been a crowd that's, we talked about it a few times, been just a little reserved this week so far. And so I think they're wanting to get excited about something. But we'll have to see if they can. There's a slide by Fix, but Arujau steps out of it.
It kind of throws Arujau off his game a little bit, too, having to have a cut on the top of your head and blood pouring out and having to take the breaks. And
he drops down, swipes at a leg, more just clearing clearing the hold right there.
Arujau, world champ this last summer. Dayton Fix, former world team member. These are two studs out there going at it.
Didn't Vito wrestle Spencer Lee? Might have been 2019. And everybody was kind of like, who is this kid? He's wrestling well, but you can see why. It's Fix with a shot attempt, reshot by Vito, gets to the leg.
Finish.
Fix, though, gets the legs back.
Another
Vito tries to
reshot.
repenetrate right there. Final 10 seconds ticking away here, first period. And it will be scoreless after one. Head to the second period. Fix his choice. He'll start down.
Vito never did cover the arm. This isn't a big deal. Fix gets up to a tripod right away.
Thinking there's locked hands. They're going to challenge it. So we're going to need a couple first period falls just to get us back onto the timing of this. ESPN's going to have to cut away from the 197 match to get to whatever their next program is.
Yeah. More blood time.
Blood time and a challenge. Pioneer brand corn
What was
hybrids.
the challenge about?
Locked hands.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, John Smith threw it in. Pioneer brand corn hybrids deliver proven performance bag after bag. Contact your local Pioneer sales rep to learn how you can get the most out of your acres. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. So, Kurt Frost on the phone, waiting to hear what they say.
Arujau wants to get going. He's out there kind of dancing around and stuff. Ruse is getting fired up here.
After review, there is point for Fix. So then that should stop the riding time clock too. So they take 2 seconds of riding time off, put 2 seconds back on the clock. So now a 1-0 lead. Now Vito's just going to go optional start and wrestle from the feet. So Fix out. Makes it 2-0 lead for Fix.
Vito wants to wrestle now. He's fired up. He wants to wrestle.
Takes a shot. Fix rolls back out of the way. And we've got blood time again. Oh, nope, the headgear just got twisted. Did you ever have one of those bleeders that you had to keep stopping the match?
No.
There's a stall call on Fix. Vito takes another shot. Vito takes another shot. Kind of interesting because Rex Holt, the Oklahoma State radio guy, was talking to me. It's like, I'm not sure what to expect because, I mean, you look at Fix's matches. He teched his first guy. There's a shot, almost a takedown for Vito. Fix, though, somersaults through and fights that off. But Fix, 5-4.
Oh, come on.
There was no takedown.
No.
They're going to challenge that. Fix, tech fall over VMI. 5-4 over Buzakis, 2-1 in the tiebreakers over Frost of Iowa State, 3-2 in the tiebreakers over Ragusan of Michigan.
Here's a replay. They're actually showing the replay on the big screen. They don't usually do this.
And he dumps it off, and never had control of the foot.
No takedown.
I don't know why.
That's going to be a quick. Here's another replay of it.
I mean, I could tell that in real time, that he touched the leg, but he never had control of the foot, and then they go out of bounds. I mean, it's obvious. He did get the arm up onto the hip.
That's impressive wrestling. That's impressive defense right there by Dayton Fix.
After review, confirmed, no takedown. Chorus of boos from the Cornell fans, but
there was not any takedown.
There was
no way. Fix coming out after this break a little bit harder right now. There's
Vito in on a shot, trying to get a cradle locked in. Fix trying to kick away, now dives back in. Vito picks him up. Now Fix comes out with a leg. Vito locked around the legs. 20 seconds left in the period.
Fix just got great defense. He's so good defensively.
Now Fix trying to pull him back in. Vito trying to dive over top. Now Vito tries to throw an underhook by. They square up, and then they crawl out of bounds with 8 seconds left in the period. These are two good scramblers. Now we got blood time again.
Fix is amazing with these rolls and defense.
Caution on Vito starting before the whistle. So if you're Vito, what do you do in the third period? You're down by 2. Do you go under Fix, who's a good rider?
I go underneath him and then get a quick escape because I think Vito can get away. And then, because here's the thing, he goes neutral, a takedown wins it anyway. But I think he could get a stall call. So he could get an escape and then a stall call, and then it's a tie match. So you don't have to get a takedown.
Yeah.
That's what I think. You go for the escape and a stall call, and if you get a takedown along the way, then great. That's what I think. You go down and get an escape and a stall call.
That's what he's going to do. I'm waiting to get the blood wiped off again. I think there's UFC on after. Is Paul Bradley's not in the UFC anymore. He's coaching. This feels like a Paul Bradley match, though. So Vito starts down. Fix covers. Up to his feet. Out for the escape. Takes a shot right on the edge. Now, crowd wants a stall call.
No, there's not a stall call there. I mean,
but that's exactly what we talked about. If that shot was in the center of the mat, what is Fix going to do?
Yeah, I mean, he had a sprawl there. But I promise you that
Vito's
Frost
going to get one.
Is going to have a very short leash for Dayton Fix and stalling. Like, if he keeps backing up to the edge, then he's going to get dinged.
Look at all the blood on the back of Vito. Fix is the one that's bleeding now. They're doing a gable wrap around Fix's forehead. Vito hasn't bled since the first period. So 2-1 with a minute 53 to go. What do we got? We've gone an hour, and we haven't even got through 3 matches. Now the headgear not snapping properly for Fix, so we're back underway. Fix swipes at the leg. And that's what he's going to have to do, is try to get to the legs of Vito smartly. I mean, don't just dive in and give him something, but .125 to go. There is a shot and a stall call that's going to tie it up. Vito trying to step over, and he gets the 3-point takedown. And Okie State's going to challenge that again because Fix still has the leg. So we will go back to the telephone.
Well, at least he got the stall call. He knew that was going to come. It wasn't going to be very hard to get that.
Yeah.
That
Cornell crowd's chanting stalling. Throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. On behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination, both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. Feel the excitement as NASCAR returns to the Iowa Speedway with Powerball and the Iowa Lottery. Add the double play bonus to your Powerball ticket for your chance to win exclusive NASCAR prizes. See complete rules and details at ialottery.com/VIP. Page 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if they wave this off.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be curious to see what they say. When he had his hands locked around that leg still.
I mean, he had the cradle in, but he still had his hands through the leg.
He didn't have the hands locked on the cradle, though. There was never hands locked, I don't think.
Well, then, yeah, to me, no way they're going to take that. To me, it shouldn't be. Well, while we have time, final from Iowa City. Earlier today, the Hawkeye women won 91-65 over Holy Cross. West Virginia just defeated Princeton 63-53. So Monday night at 7 o'clock, the Iowa women will play host to West Virginia with a trip to the Sweet 16 on the line. Congrats to Coach Bluter. Best of luck on Monday. Good luck to Coach Fran McCaffrey and the Hawkeye men. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Iowa time, they play at Utah versus the Utes for the second round of the NIT.
Looking at Vito's dad down there, his dad he's intense, just like Vito. You can tell where Vito gets it from.
No takedown. They waved it off.
I'm not surprised.
Andy Hamilton just tweeted, "We're an hour into the finals and we've wrestled 8 full periods." So now they got to get clock, they got to get riding time, they got to get score, everything. 117, 2-2 score. Will Vito win it on a second stall call? Or a third stall? Oh, there he whips him over. Shot by Fix.
Look at Vito's dad. Look at Vito's dad.
Right up to the edge of the stage. Fix trying to get out with a minute to go. Well, Fix hit a shot, and Vito just got the arm down through the underhook and just whipped him by. He almost just used his momentum and kind of stepped by him and just got around for the quick 3. 5-3 now, the escape for Fix.
Now Fix has to get on the offense. .45 seconds or 40 seconds to go. Oh, boy. Vito is so quick.
Fix with the shot. How soon till the boos start when Vito gets the stall call?
There's
Vito. And he's going to reshoot and get another 3.
That's going to challenge that. Okie State's going to challenge that. What's Vito doing right now? They're going to... What's Vito saying? What's he upset about?
I don't know. They're coming over to challenge something. The officials are checking probably to make sure that there was a takedown here.
This is awesome.
They're showing it again. Down block and then repenetrated. It's going to be close. Kind of similar to that first one. He had his hand on the other foot and then Fix pulled it away. I don't know. I don't know what Vito was so upset about. Other than this match is taking forever. Both guys walking around. Kurt Frost and the side referee looking at the video.
I'm on a group thread with these guys, like 10 of us, and it is so funny to see these guys all watching at home.
They're going to wave it off. So still 5-3 with 15 seconds left. Fix just hasn't even been able to get close to the legs on Vito. And Vito Arujau is going to be a back-to-back national champion. 5-3 the final score. Dayton Fix will finish as a 4-time runner-up and a 5-time All-American. Arujau bowing to the crowd.
Look at his dad down there. He's cracking me up.
Standing there waiting for him to head on over. That is one of the cool things they've done in recent years is get the family down there mat side. Let the athletes be able to go celebrate with them. Let's see if we can get some flow going forward for the rest of these matches, as we're only 3 matches in, an hour into the evening. We'll step out, take a timeout. We'll be back with more from Kansas City right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Is your vehicle worn out from Whoa Winter? Sprint into Dodge Street Tire today and get a free vehicle inspection from my dad, Brian Sekafetz. For over 30 good years, they've been your family-friendly, dependable, and honest neighborhood auto repair shop, willing to hurdle any obstacle. That's why their loyal customers have once again voted Dodge Street Tire as best in the area. Race into Dodge Street Tire and Auto at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
It's time for a great night out in Coralville. This is Mayor Megan Foster inviting you to join us Saturday, April 20th for the Fourth Fest Basket Auction at Brown Deer Golf Club. Starting at 4:30, view baskets filled with gift certificates, treats, unique specialty items, and more. Stay for the bidding at 5:30 and take home your favorite gift basket. All proceeds go to Fourth Fest, Coralville's spectacular summer family event. Let's make it bigger and better than ever at the basket auction on April 20th. Check coralville.org for details.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Back at the T-Mobile Center. Just in time to hear them announce Drake Ayala as the national runner-up this year. Drake still with a couple more years. It's one thing, Mark. 4 All-Americans this year, which is one of the lower totals we've had in quite some time. But also, all 4 of them finished on the wrong side of the podium.
Yeah.
All of them lost their final matches.
Yeah. It's not a good way that you want to end the tournament for sure. Figueroa, you thought that 25-pound weight class was crazy this year. It's going to be the same thing next year.
Oh, for sure.
Figueroa could come in here and not even be an All-American next year.
Yeah.
Or he could be a national champ next year. You just don't know. Look at Matt Ramos this year.
Yeah, national runner-up.
Who would have thought?
Finish in the podium, yeah.
The guy that pins Spencer, and then it just has this year's just gone the other way.
We'll get ready for 141 pounds. Will be a rematch of the Big Ten championships. Top seed Jesse Mendes of Ohio State against the number 2 seed Bo Bartlett of Penn State. Bartlett actually beat Mendes in sudden victory in the duel, and then Mendes beat Bartlett 4-1 at the Big Tens. So Real Woods finishing in 4th place, falling to Brock Hardy of Nebraska in the 3rd place bout.
Well, here brings another match. Hopefully we can get this one done. It's only taken an hour and 15 minutes for 3 matches so far. It's going to be a late night at this pace.
Yeah.
Well, I know who I'm going here cheering for here. How this one go to the Big Tens?
4-1 Mendes. And in the dual meet, it was 4-1 Bartlett in sudden victory. Second Penn State wrestler out of 6. Penn State at 160.5. Cornell, with Vito's win, has jumped into 2nd place. They have 72.5. Michigan has 71. Michigan has one more in the finals. Hawks sitting in 4th with 67. Arizona State, with their win, has jumped into a tie for 5th place with Iowa State with 64.5. So if David Carr wins, the Cyclones would jump past Iowa. And if Ja'Cory Teamer wins at 157, the Sun Devils would jump past Iowa. Get the okay and get things underway here. How long till we see a challenge brick thrown in?
I don't know, but it could easily happen in this match for sure. Both guys are pretty good at rolling around.
I should go through and just look at all of these. I mean, like Mendes lost to Cole Matthews 4-2, beat Cale Happel 4-2, 4-1 to Bartlett, 4-1 to Bartlett. Be curious, just looking through all these results, how many 4-1 scores do you have that are either a third period takedown or one takedown wins the match, basically?
A lot.
Mendes, 6th place finish at 133 a year ago.
Well, that's pretty impressive to go up a whole weight. Be undefeated. Is he undefeated coming into this?
He lost twice. Lost to Bartlett, he lost to Cole Matthews. Glad that he chose to wear the silver singlet tonight. A lot of these teams you're starting to see. You talk about the managers and the laundry and everything, and we wear the same singlet over and over. A lot of these teams don't need to do laundry because they have a different singlet for each round.
Penn State's same singlet all the time. They'd never change, just like Iowa. Arizona State changes all the time.
Arizona State, Iowa State, Ohio State, Virginia Tech. Nebraska even has a couple. There's a low single attempt by Mendes. Touched the foot of Bartlett. Bartlett third place last year. His only loss was to Mendes in the Big Ten Finals.
That's the only loss for Bartlett this year?
Yep. Mendes, tech fall and a fall before back-to-back decisions over Hardy and Ekamindia.
Too tough. Those are two tough matches.
Yeah. Bartlett with a decision in his first match and then back-to-back falls before he beat Lachlan McNeil 5-1.
I think one of those falls was 1-1 in overtime, and then he ended up catching a pin in someone in overtime.
I think it was more of Rutgers. It wasn't overtime. It was 5:50, so it was in the third period. But, yes, it was close at the time.
Well, that first period at least flew by. No stops at all. They didn't even go out of bounds. They stayed right in the middle of center and just stood there and looked at each other for 3 minutes.
Out of bounds. As Mendes started down to begin the period, got to his feet, Bartlett runs him out. There's the escape. 10 seconds gone by second period. Mendes on top, 1-0.
What match are you most looking forward to tonight?
Of the rest of them, I think Gomez should be an interesting one. I think Keckeisen. I think the Brooks Hidlay. But if I had to say probably the most, I would say Carr Messenbrink, followed by Brooks Hidlay. Those would probably be the two that I think could be some really good matchups.
I don't think Brooks and Hidlay is going to be too big of a matchup, but I do think Messenbrink and Carr is going to be a phenomenal match.
Carr, I mean, Messenbrink's got some length, some speed, but Carr he's got the athleticism to match it, and he's wrestled enough guys that are similar bodies, like a Hamady. He's wrestled 2 or 3 times, and he knows how to wrestle smart in those positions. 30 seconds to go here, second period. Mendes of Ohio State, a 1-0 lead over Bartlett of Penn State. Bartlett hits a shot, trying to elevate it. Mendes tries kicking away, now somersaults through and grabs the ankle. Last-ditch desperation attempt, and Bartlett still trying to elevate it here. 15 seconds left. Coming around on the side. Now Mendes has a hold of Bartlett's foot, trying to stand up with it, and the period will come to an end. Mendes 1-0 as we go to the third. Bartlett will take down. Just noticed they have the refs somewhat mic'd in the arena. Or at least I can hear it a little bit. Mendes coming around on the left side. Hops back over to the other side. Bartlett into a tripod. Mendes trips him back down.
See how they just hook that ankle?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't do anything with it, though. You just kind of hook it and try to ride, and then you come in, throw another leg in, and
now he's looking for a spladle potentially. But Bartlett able to kick out of that.
That's good wrestling right there by Bartlett.
So tied up at 1, a minute 15 to go here in the match. Mendes of Ohio State, Bartlett of Penn State.
Mendes needs to get his offense going.
They've both done a lot of hand fighting, looking for those collar ties, that positioning. Each one has one decent shot attempt, but...
What year is Mendes, do you know?
Mendes is a sophomore.
Bartlett, what, a junior?
He is a senior.
Oh, he is?
I think he's got one more. I think he does have a COVID opportunity.
Really nice shot by Bartlett.
Mendes still on his feet, rolling through. Penn State's going to challenge as Mendes comes out with the leg.
There's no way that was a takedown.
Mendes trying to get neutral danger, then steps over for the three.
That was amazing defense right there.
Mendes is
amazing defense by Mendes. Amazing defense.
1 second remains on the clock. Bartlett hit a good shot, got deep. Mendes, though, was not on the mat, I don't believe. And then hit a somersault. Last second desperation again. And was able to roll through and then came out with the leg.
That was
They're
amazing.
not showing this one in the arena.
Amazing defense. Here we go.
Bartlett all the way around behind.
Watch him hit the roll on the way down.
Well, I think they thought there was control earlier, and I don't think he had 3 points down. See, right?
No.
He still had the arm around the back like a whizzer. I don't think that's still full control yet, and then he hits the roll through, grabs the leg, pops out.
That's for sure. That's 100% Mendes right there.
This is a coach's challenge. The referees weren't looking at it, so this is going upstairs. They've got the phone already figured out.
No takedown or no 3 takedown red.
Ruling is confirmed. No takedown for Bartlett. 3 takedown for Mendes. So Jesse Mendes, as a sophomore, is going to be your national champion at 141 pounds by a score of 4-1. Great defense by both those guys. Mendes just out-scrambled right there and got the win to become a national champion.
That's what they are. They're both just really, really good defensive wrestlers.
Well, let's step out. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with more from Kansas City. It is Saturday night, the finals of the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. We'll have more when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Radio. Soundtrack Flashback.
Admit it, you tried to reenact the water and chair scene. You know you did. 1983's Flashdance was a movie, but we remember the music more. Anyone else have Maniac by Michael Sembello on their jogging playlist? Guilty.
For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to Kansas City. The T-Mobile Center.
Entertaining. I get a kick out of just watching the parents and stuff and the binos and watching obviously I don't know what the interviews are saying in the interviews, but they're fun to watch the parents' reactions and high-fiving everybody around because they put them down in the chairs, right mat side. That's something they started probably, 7-8 years ago maybe?
Roughly, yeah.
The parents for each wrestler, and it's just neat. It's just neat to see him. Like Vito's dad just so fired up, and Mendes' dad's is super fired up, and just going nuts, and he's crying and high-fiving people he doesn't even know and hugging people he doesn't even know, and you watch him walk out of the arena together, and it's just a pretty cool moment. But then you got the other side of it, the Bartlett family down there or the Fix family down there. Fix has never won a national title. He's gotten 4 runners-ups and a third, and just absolutely heartbroken. And that's where you're at in athletics, and that's how it goes. And it's just you can't have one without the other. But I will say that more so now than ever before, the sportsmanship from these athletes towards each other, win or lose, it's honestly mind-blowing to me how good a sports they are after losing. And I know that I'm not the best of losers by any means, okay? Everybody knows that. But, to stand there and just with a smile on your face and congratulate the guy and wow, that's your dream that just got crushed right there. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy for me to see that.
That's the hard thing for me. I've said coaching football sometimes. We get done with a game and we just got beat, and we're on the bus ride and the guys are kind of talking it up and laughing somewhat, and I'm just sitting there stewing. I want to go watch the film and figure out where we can get better, what we did wrong, and it's just eating away at me, and I don't know. It's hard. It's that mentality. Neither way's wrong, neither way's right. It's just that mindset of you're never satisfied. You want to keep getting better. Your goal was to win, whether it's a football game, a wrestling match, a wrestling tournament. You didn't get there, it's going to hurt somewhat.
It's going to hurt for sure. It's painful. And maybe up there on the stage they put on a good show and stuff, but then when they get to the back, then it kind of hits them. It's oh, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
All right. I got my money on Gomez in this one.
I think so. He's just looked good this year.
What's Gomez's history here for placings?
Oh, let's see here. He did not place last year, I don't think, did he?
He had some amazing matches last year with somebody. I can't remember what.
2022, he was 4th at 149. That's his only time as an All-American.
Is this Caleb Henson? Is he at Iowa at one time? He was the one at Iowa, and then he went to Oklahoma, and now he's at Virginia Tech. Sammy Henson's.
No. That was Wyatt Henson.
Oh, yeah, Wyatt Henson. Yep, you're right.
Caleb Henson is a sophomore out of Georgia. I think he's been at Virginia Tech both years. Big implications for the team race here. We said Michigan could jump back up with a win by Gomez.
Henson beat Lovett in the semis from Nebraska, the number 1 seed, 1-0. He also beat Waters of West Virginia 8-3. He beat Williams of Oklahoma State 7-2. Williams is who Caleb Rachi got beat by first round.
Quick takedown by Gomez.
Gomez wastes no time there getting a takedown.
Lets him out right away. So, yeah, a win by Michigan would put them up to 75, 2.5 points ahead of Cornell. Cornell still has one more? Or no?
I don't think so.
No, they don't. So, basically, this is for second place in the tournament right here. If Drake Ayala would have won, we would have tied Michigan at 71. Could have been in third place. There's a shot by Gomez, reshot by Henson. Takes Gomez to his back. Got a 2 count.
What?
3 takedown, 2 near fall.
What a shot. What a reshot right there by Henson. He just impresses me. I haven't seen him wrestle ever before until this tournament, but he keeps impressing me.
Number 4 seed. It's only 2 losses.
Oh, and he sucks Gomez back. He's getting a count right here. How's he even holding him there? Now he has Gomez on his back.
He's trying to cinch that head up. Gomez able to get off.
That's a 4 count.
Just like that, it's 10-3. But they lost 4-3 to Lovett out at the Cliff Keens. And then he got beat in the finals by Arrington of NC State in sudden victory.
I don't know how he sucked him back and just held him there for as long as he did.
Yeah, I was looking down. I didn't even.
You know what I like about that? I like the fact that he was even looking for that.
Yeah.
Like, just let's get some near falls and find a way to put someone to his back right there.
You know what I like about it?
It's going to force Gomez to come up with something big now.
And he's not afraid to do it.
No.
He would have done it even if he was ahead, but he's really going to be thinking some sort of feet to back.
Oh, there he
mixer,
tries it.
And gets taken down again. Jared Frere thinking there should have been 2 near fall, but
I don't think Gomez is trying to force something that wasn't there when he didn't need to quite yet.
Yeah.
There's a place and time for that, but that wasn't quite there yet. But I give him credit for trying it.
Yep. 13-4, 20 seconds left. Riding time now in favor of Henson of Virginia Tech.
What a first period. 17 points in the first period.
Yeah.
That's a record.
Figure 25, 33, and 41 were all 3 scoreless. And this gets that crowd buzzing a little bit more. Henson wins the toss. His choice, he'll start down.
Henson up to his feet, going to get hand control. He's out, makes it 14-4, 10-point lead for Henson.
Plus he has riding time. Gomez coming across. Snap by Henson to clear out of that. Henson, a good job right there. Gomez coming across to get his hand on him. He reached up, grabbed it with the wrist, and pulled it into a 2-on-1. Henson over on the edge of the mat. Front headlock circles back towards the center. Trying to pull Gomez down to the mat. Stalemate it with 1:09 to go. Still second period. Said team-wise, Ohio State with that win by Mendes up to 7th place with 62 points. So they could actually, with a win by Welsh, could jump right behind the Hawkeyes. There's Gomez with a takedown.
Well, that's a start, 14-7. He's only a takedown and near fall away from tying this match up.
Henson to his feet, riding time down under a minute, 15-7.
Gomez got to go. Get another just normal takedown this period.
That would be huge for him. Hits a shot, gets to the leg, right on the edge of the mat. 5 seconds left, trying to reach across. Henson doing the splits. And Gomez not going to be able to finish. 15-7 as we go to the third. Gomez going to go neutral.
All right. I don't think that's a terrible call.
Doesn't want to waste time, doesn't want to give up riding time.
Well, he's probably going to need some near falls. He's got a better chance of getting near falls from the feet than he does the coming up off the bottom and wasting time, like you said.
Henson underhooked to a far ankle, but couldn't get it. Gomez swipes for a shot. Gomez into a front, or Henson into a front headlock. Henson really controlling the head, that front head, and taking shots, getting right back into it. He's being smart right here, knowing that Gomez likes to do some funky stuff, and he's not letting him try to set anything up. Controlling the ties, controlling the pace right now. Another shot by Gomez from a long ways away. Henson into a front headlock, trying to go behind.
Gomez just can't get anything going here so far in this period, this third period here.
45 seconds left. He's down by 8.
Henson's just doing a great job of semi-staying offensive enough, but playing the edge, not giving Gomez anything to work with.
Gomez goes to a far ankle. Right on the edge, trying to pull him back in. A slide almost out of bounds. Henson keeping his hand there, and as soon as Gomez stands up, Henson pulls it out. 22 on the clock. Gomez trying to jump over top, looking to set up a front headlock, any sort of upper body. Not going to be able to get through. Caleb Henson, sophomore from Virginia Tech, will be your national champion at 149 pounds.
Dang.
15-7 final score.
I didn't see that coming.
So the Hokies have a national champion again. And that's actually going to bump them up ahead of Ohio State by a point for 7th place. I don't mind that because he's doing a little Inner Sandman. So get some Metallica as your walkout music. Play it again when you win. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with more from Kansas City right after this. You're listening to the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
You wouldn't wear the same clothes every day, so why aren't you drinking only one kind of beer? Experience the largest area selection of craft beer at local craft cellar. Craft beer, non-alcoholic beverages, snacks, meats, and the hard stuff too. Bourbon, tequila, gin, and more. There really is something for everyone and every occasion at local craft cellar. Stop in today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
You've heard about the thousands of patients finally getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to QC Kinetics non-invasive treatments. And here's one who was determined to avoid surgery. Meet Vicky.
The orthopedic surgeon said, well, you're going to need knee replacement sooner rather than later. I kept hearing commercials about QC Kinetics and thought, well, I'm going to check them out first.
QC Kinetics has treated over 20,000 patients like Vicky around the country. People who were told they needed surgery but chose a more natural, less invasive approach that uses regenerative treatments to help heal and restore painful joints with no downtime.
If QC Kinetics had not been what I expected, I would have gone through with the surgery, but I got so much relief, am now pretty much pain-free that I don't have to have the surgery.
Before going under the knife, you need to check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 319-229-5155. That's 319-229-5155. 319-229-5155.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside, downtown Kansas City, the T-Mobile Center. Awards for 141 just presented. 157 getting ready to get underway. Team race, Penn State 160.5. Cornell 72.5, Michigan 71, Iowa 67. Those three teams are all finished scoring points. Arizona State and Iowa State tied with 64.5. They both have one finalist each. They both could jump past the Hawkeyes into fourth place. Virginia Tech 7th with 64, Ohio State 62, Nebraska 60.5, Oklahoma State 56. 16.5 points between 2nd and 10th. 72, 71, 67, 64.5, 64, 62, 60.5. And then Okie State at 56. Northern Iowa sitting in 15th right now. A win by Parker Keckeisen would jump them up to 14th, one spot ahead of Lehigh. But still 10 points behind South Dakota State.
Little M&M action. What do we got going on now? A little halftime show?
Must be a halftime, yeah. You know, we haven't had enough downtime already. Let's do an intermission so they can play more commercials.
What the heck? I've never seen this before.
They did it. They've done it a couple of times.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, remember
if
they
had
had
to do this. Bring M&M in here, okay? Come on.
Well, they haven't done like this specific thing, but remember, was it Detroit? They brought in the kids that were playing drums on the 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they had in Tulsa last year.
This is pretty cool, though.
A little mashup. It's Eminem's "Lose Yourself," but she's
this is
singing.
kind of a mix.
Yeah, she's singing "I Can Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight."
Phil Collins, yeah. This gave me goosebumps, too.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. If you're looking for a place to stay near Iowa City and the University of Iowa, Hyatt Regency Coralville offers a memorable experience The newly remodeled 288-room hotel features an on-site restaurant, new cafe serving Starbucks, a beautiful outdoor terrace, and much more. Hyatt Regency Coralville, located in the Iowa River Landing District, and is within walking distance to unique restaurants, luxury retailers, and live events at Extreme Arena. Halfway through, 157 will be coming up in just a few minutes. But as we read through all of those live reads, take our commercial breaks, we do want to extend a enormous thank you to all of our sponsors. We've got so many excellent ones, both locally at AM 800 KXIC, but also on the Hawkeye Radio Network, in the network spots. They are invaluable. They are the ones that make it possible for Mark and I to make these trips. We know a lot of fans were not able to make it out to Maryland for the Big Tens. Tuned in there. Had quite a few people sending us messages this weekend. Either staying back so you could watch the Hawkeye women today, or just not able to make it because we're not on spring break week. But those sponsors are the ones that make this possible, so go support them. Go tell them thank you. I know you get it, Mark. I have people that stop in all the time and just say, hey, we're glad that you guys go do what you do, and they want to support our businesses because we each have businesses of our own. But
I had so many people this week over at FanFest when I was over there working the booth in between sessions come up from all over. Like today, Montana, yesterday, Florida, all over the country, and talk about how much they enjoy listening to the broadcast, and they love tuning in through iHeart and taking it in their homes, and they listen to all the time. And I'm blown away by all the positive feedbacks and stuff that we get, and kudos to you that you pick up a lot of this downtime, especially at tournaments like this when, you know, there's a lot of downtime and not much to talk about or whatever. And I just show up and I can just call the action and chime in now and then. So you've got the perfect radio personality, and I think we make a pretty good duo, and just got to keep it going and get some more Hawkeyes to win more matches and score more points, and we'll really be kicking it.
it is definitely a lot of fun, but it's a lot more fun when we are winning a lot. So, I was talking with Jenny Brands. I think it was yesterday we saw her in the hotel.
Yeah, yesterday.
And she was like, this is my, I think she said 35th NCAA championship. She's like, I'm not that old. I haven't been at this many. I said, this is my 18th year doing this. I mean, I said that, I think it was to Moody, and they're kind of like, holy cow. I'm like, I know, it doesn't feel like 18 years that you and I have been doing this together.
No, it doesn't.
I don't even remember that first trip other than the drive home from Detroit.
Yeah, I remember that, too. That was an all-nighter.
We left 11:30 or midnight. Switched off about 4 a.m. The thing I remember the most about that drive home is we got right to Cedar County, like the eastern edge of Cedar County. West Branch is on the western edge. And you had fallen asleep for a little bit because I slept the first part. And drive in, and you wake up, and you're like, you doing all right? I'm like, hey, we're in Cedar County. We're home. I'm ready to go.
It's nice when you wake up and you're close to home.
Yeah. Tell you what, I went back to the hotel today, and I'd ordered a burger, had that, and I was laying there reading my book, and all of a sudden I'm setting an alarm, and I went to sleep. It felt good. These tournaments, they are a drag. They are a grind.
A lot of late nights.
Earlier when Rex was over, he's like,
look at her on the screen.
There's Lorraine Bailey. They're doing who's been here for the most tournaments. But Rex was asking, he's like, well, did you guys, have you had a chance to do anything else here in Kansas City? And it's like, That's probably the biggest question people always ask me. They're like, oh, hey, how was Kansas City or Tulsa or Detroit or this, that, or the other thing? And it's like, honestly, a lot of times we're getting over here to the arena at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, go on air at 11. We're on till 2 or 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. Then we're either running to the hotel for 45 minutes, grab something to eat, or stay here, get back on air. We're on air till 10 o'clock at night. Get over to the hotel, get your notes figured out, turn around and get back up, do it all again the next day. So, kind of like your talk with Yanni Dockamahalis earlier. Like, it would be fun to just come as a fan and enjoy the sights and the sounds. Yesterday I talked to Jeff Byers, similar conversation, and he's like, hey, somebody was asking him, like, don't you ever want to just come and watch? He's like, yeah, it would be fun to do it maybe once or twice, but you still would miss this part of it. And I enjoyed this aspect of things.
I like the crowd entertainment right now. Even though we should be wrestling matches, I'm not sure why we have such a long intermission there. But
TV break. They got to play extra commercials.
But it's interesting and fun to watch and neat to see the fans and the songs and the music, everything that they do. I just don't remember that intermission like that before, ever.
That, I don't think, has been as common, but they've started doing it lately. They just did their whole who's been at NCAA tournaments for however many years. One gentleman's been coming for over 50 years. Somebody just tweeted, they said, is it me or have we been watching commercials for 5 minutes straight? Yep. Well, whether or not Penn State sets the scoring record, I think they are going to set the all-time
national champions record?
Not champions, but the all-time margin of victory. I think that was 73, and they're up by 80 points, right? 80, 85 right now. Now ready to go at 157 pounds. Second-seeded Ja'Cory Teamer of Arizona State knocked Jared Franick out of the championship rounds in the quarterfinals. He'll be taking on top-seeded Levi Haynes of Penn State. Haynes with 2 tech falls, a major, and then he was in a dogfight with Andonian. But right at the end of the match, about 10 seconds left, Andonian tried hitting a throw of some sort, and Haynes put him to his back, pinned him.
Wow, 2 complete separate music walkouts.
Yeah.
You got Timur Terry playing, I don't know, some type of really hardcore type rap stuff. Levi Haynes coming out, Country Boy Can't Survive.
Haynes out of Arendsville, Pennsylvania. Teamer hailing from Long Beach, New York. Teamer now a 4-time All-American. 6th place last year. Haynes was the runner-up a year ago.
He lost to North Carolina kid, right?
O'Connor, I think.
Yeah, O'Connor, yeah.
Underway here at 157. I don't know if these two wrestled at all last year. It's great having the internet right at your hands. You can jump on and look some of those things up.
Surprised Levi Haynes hasn't fired off a couple of shots yet. Teamer's not really giving him a whole lot to work with, just kind of staying away from him to start with here, trying to keep this Levi Haynes kind of at bay for now.
Kind of similar to Figueroa against Drake Ayala. Try to catch him coming in, reaching. See Haynes a couple times changing levels.
Haynes is going to fire a shot to the Teamer's right leg here pretty soon, I think. Or left. But he's going to attack that right one. I can't believe he's gone this long and hasn't really committed to anything yet. This isn't like Levi Haynes.
Yeah. .30 seconds left in the first period. I think this goes back to what we talked about, though, with the referees. I mean, the idea is to score points, and we've made it more of a cat-and-mouse chess game. And it's not even about...
What the heck just happened in this first period besides nothing?
I
mean, like what was this all about?
Yeah, like, there needs to be stalling called. It's not, hey, you didn't get to the edge, so we're not going to call you. It's who's doing anything. And if neither of them are doing it, stall both of them. I don't care, but force the issue. Again, 3-point takedown. Didn't make any difference right there. Teamer, no effort to ride Haynes. He stands up.
I don't get that either. Why not try to get a ride or something? At least get some.
Again, Haynes trying to come across. He's just being real cautious when he is trying to get in there.
This isn't Haynes' style of wrestling at all. I'm just blown away by this. If he gets beat in this match, this is 100% on him. Because this is not Levi Haynes' type of wrestling right now.
And now Teamer's starting to pick up his action just a little bit, not a lot. There is a stall call on Teamer. It wasn't even a real shot attempt. It was just Haynes dropping to a knee. But again, he's not. You got to stand in there and fight and wrestle. And there he tries throwing an underhook by on a reshot attempt. 35 seconds left in the second period.
See that right there? That's stalling.
Yeah. And you and I would agree if that was Drake Ayala or Spencer Lee or Tom Brands that did that, we would agree the exact same thing. That's not we just want that because it's this person. We want it because we want what's best for the sport of wrestling. But Haynes hasn't pushed the issue to generate another stall call either.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now.
Teamer's choice. He's going to go neutral. So we will have 1 second of mat time unless somebody gets a takedown in this third period.
I can't believe Teamer is going neutral either. I mean, I don't want in this match right now.
I mean, it's almost like Teamer said, okay, I'm going to hold out, save all my energy, not get caught up hand fighting. There's a nice head to the outside shot, cut off to the double by Haynes, and drives him down for 3.
Yeah, I don't know what Teamer was thinking. Just because Levi didn't do nothing the first couple periods, you know he's going to come at you.
Haynes throwing a leg in. Teamer sits back into him. Haynes putting a half up there. Out of bounds, 1:05 to go.
This match is over now. This match is over. That's all Haynes needed, and that's all obviously he wanted.
Well, it was funny, too, like how easily he finished. I don't know if he was just respecting Teamer too much. I mean, obviously, you want to respect, but
that wasn't easy finish. He made it look easy, but what he did was old school finish right there.
Right.
He cut across. He came up to his feet, come across to a double. He picked him up and he put him down. There was nothing easy about that, but he just kind of made it look easy because he's in position the entire time.
Well, that's my point more so, is that he made it look easy. Like, he could have tried something more. You know, it's like he was worried Teamer was going to try to scramble, roll, all that other stuff, and he just hit a very solid shot and took him down with it. Now he puts him to his back for a 1 count.
Who did Bo Nickel wrestle all the time that they had those wild and crazy matches?
Miles Martin.
Miles Martin from Ohio State, yeah.
Yep.
Those were some great matches.
Haynes is going to win as a sophomore undefeated national champion. Penn State has another one. And if my math is correct, that guarantees Iowa a top 5 finish. If David Carr wins, we would finish in 5th. If Carr loses, then we would stay in 4th. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more from the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey Iowans, Luka Garza here. For me to get to the NBA, I've worked on my speed, precision, and my shot. For you to get to the NBA, all you need is the Iowa Lottery. First, play bonus multiplier scratch tickets and you could win up to $100,000. Then, enter non-winning tickets for your chance to win a VIP suite experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including food, hotel, and $1,000 cash. Plus, center court seats to see the Iowa Wolves. Enter today and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Wow, what a huge hit.
Well, not as huge as the craft beer selection at Local Craft Cellar.
Looking for the largest selection of craft beer in the area? You'll find it all at Local Craft Cellar. On top of their massive selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, Local Craft Cellar also stocks brats, jerky, bacon, and more from Edgewood Locker Meats, C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. And online at localcraftcellar.com. That's localcraftcellar.com.
Hey Hawkeye fans, this is Monica from Monica's. Randy always told Chef Sal and me that family comes first. So I'm here with my son to invite you to stop by before or after your favorite university event. We are proud of our Hawkeye coworkers, including Sal's daughter, Miss Sarah, and hope you know that if you are headed to Carver or Hampshire, our awesome food, full bar, and Monica's family await. We hope to see you soon. And what do you say, Meyer?
Go Hawks! This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad, Brian, and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire, at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Center in downtown Kansas City. Winding our way through the championship matches here for the NCAA wrestling tournament. Awards given at 149. 165 coming up next. David Carr, the number 4 seed from Iowa State, taking on the number 2 seed, Mitchell Messenbrink from Penn State. These two have never met before. Let's go now. Just trying to look something else up here on the computer. Must be something at night. Even though I shut it off between sessions, come back, turn it on, it just doesn't like to work as quick at night. Maybe there's more people in here. Carr, the number 4 seed. Tech fall over George Mason. Major decision over Hunter Garvin, Iowa City West High product from Stanford. 5-0 win over Hamady. And then the win over Keegan O'Toole. 8-6. Mitchell Messenbrink, Tech fall over Mayfield of Northwestern. Major decision over Casella of Binghamton. 6-1 win over Amin of Michigan, and then he majored Mikey Caliendo of Iowa 17-9. I was trying to get, and this is what I wanted to see, David Carr against Keegan O'Toole. They wrestled 5 times, and Carr won the first 2. O'Toole won the next 2, and then Carr won the last one to make it into the finals. David Carr, a 5-time All-American now. Runner-up last year, 3rd place in 2022, champion in 2021. He's also a first-teamer in 2020, the COVID year. This is going to be fun match, I think. Waiting for TV to give the okay once again. I think we should talk to Tom Brands and Sam Bosler and say, you know what, we want radio to have this much control when we have home duels. We want to just dictate how long a commercial breaks we want, how long we're going to make everybody sit around and not do anything. Think we'd get very far with that?
No,
okay.
I don't. I do think, though, we should
Oh,
try
nice, low double. And takedown for Carr right off the whistle.
Right off the whistle.
That was quick.
He is quick.
And there he picks Messenbrink up and throws him down.
You know, I was talking to Brent Metcalf downstairs when I walked in tonight, and I asked him about the game plan for this, and he said to come out hard. And I said, honestly, I think you get a takedown on him early, and it kind of takes him out of his game a little bit. See, because he's not he's not used to that. So I'd be kind of see what happens, and bam, just like that. And that's what they wanted to do. Now against O'Toole, their game plan was completely different. Metcalf said it's not something we'd ever tell our athletes, not something I'm against. But he said that first period, I don't want you going after doing anything. O'Toole comes out hard. I want you to just weather the storm for that first period, and then after that, then start picking your poison and scoring where you can and where you feel comfortable. But tonight is going to be a different story, and man, they weren't lying.
Messenbrink up to his feet. Carr trying to pick him up, looking to return him. Finally does. There's another situation. Crowd started clamoring. I heard a few people start saying, stalling, stalling, because Carr was standing up and hadn't returned him, even though he tried 4 times to pick him up. You got to start putting me on those message threads, apparently.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Some of the stuff these guys say, it's so funny.
Messenbrink off the restart up to his feet. Carr trying to pick him up.
Doing a great job.
Puts him back down
and
to
the
a
thing
tripod.
Is when he puts him back down, he was doing a good job of returning the feet first so he can't hit a roll on the way down. Very smart and good wrestling by David Carr right there.
Carr's surprisingly tough on top.
Why do you say surprisingly?
I don't know. It seems like he's gotten better over his career. I mean, he's always been known for being really good athlete, really quick. But he's just gotten a lot better in the top position as his career has gone on. 1:42 of riding time as Messenbrink gets the escape, so Carr leads 3-1. See how both these guys respond as this match wears on. Stop it for locked fingers.
Well, you know that, excuse me, you know that Messenbrink, he's going to be coming at. Messenbrink can't sit still for very long at all.
See him bobbing his head back and
then
forth.
Then you got David Carr, who's just a fantastic action and reaction wrestler both.
Carr tries hitting a low sweep. Messenbrink able to step out of that one. 15 seconds remains. Final seconds tick away. First period, Carr's going to have the 3-1 lead. 1:42 of riding time. That was a big ride for Carr, though.
Yeah, huge ride. Huge ride.
He's going to start down as he wins the toss here in the second period. Right away, Messenbrink capping that ankle. Carr sit out and gets the escape.
Messenbrink was trying to get that riding time down, trying to ride hard. And
oh, what?
What? No way. He didn't get called for stalling.
They called David Carr for stalling.
No way.
He stood up. He was on the
way.
edge of the mat. Messenbrink came over and did like a two-hand push and pushed him out of bounds.
No way.
And they called Carr for stalling.
That is unreal.
Messenbrink takes a shot. Carr tries to step over. Diving down, grabbing the ankle. Messenbrink trying to step over the ankle. Now turns back the other way. Carr has the hands locked inside the leg. Messenbrink laying across Carr's back, trying to pull his leg out of that grip. Probably going to see a stalemate. Maybe. There, they finally blow it.
Cannot believe he called a stall call right there.
59 on the clock, second period. 4-1 lead for Iowa State's David Carr. He's got 1:23 of riding time. Another shot by Messenbrink. Sprawl. Now they're going to stop.
Oh.
Finger to the eye, it looked like, for Messenbrink.
I thought he was talking about his shoulder.
No injury time because it was a finger to the eye. Another stall
Nice
call on
shot.
Carr.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
He gets the takedown anyways to overcome it.
Oh, my Lord. They are trying to screw him over so bad. Unbelievable.
7-2 as they go out of bounds with 19 seconds left.
Terrible, terrible calls. Unbelievable.
I mean, where were stall calls like that in some of these earlier matches? So Messenbrink tried kick away. Carr got down to the ankle. They go out of bounds with 7 seconds left in the second period. False start, but the referee says it's on me. I didn't blow the whistle quick enough. Messenbrink up to his feet. Carr unable to hang on to him. Messenbrink gets the escape right before the period comes to an end. So Carr leads 7-3. Messenbrink's choice. He'll start down. Carr does have 1:52 of riding time. Messenbrink to his feet. Carr trying to pick him up. Unable to. There he picks him back to his tripod, bumps him back down. Into that claw ride around on the right side. And there's another stall call on Carr. And an escape. So now it's 7-5.
Well, Carr has riding time.
So 8-5 with the riding time, which is not quite secure but close.
Stay in there, Carr. Stay in there.
Tries changing levels. Reshot there by Messenbrink. Cuts off to a double.
That was a bad shot by Carr right there.
Trying to hook the ankle. Carr hanging on for dear life through a crotch lift.
Watch the neutral danger here.
Gives up the 3. So that'll make it 8-7.
Cut him.
Now 8-8.
Carr might be getting tired, though.
Yeah. Carr leads with the riding time
point. You
point.
can't do that. You can't just dive in, Carr.
That's where that first stall call out of bounds really messes with things. Are they going to give Messenbrink another gift?
Well, the problem is he actually might deserve one now, but the ones before were not. They weren't even, negotiable. There was no way they were stall calls. And that's what sucks.
Carr takes a shot. Messenbrink sprawls back. 20 seconds left.
Stay in there, Carr. Just stay in there.
Messenbrink dives for the shot. Carr into a front headlock. Trying to circle right on the edge. Messenbrink clears out of that.
Shoot him off. Shoot him off. Shoot him off.
5 seconds left, and David Carr is going to get the national championship for the Iowa State Cyclones by a score of 9-8.
Attaboy, David Carr. He overcame the referee and everything.
So that is going to put the Cyclones 1/2 point ahead of the Hawkeyes.
That part sucks, but I'm really, really happy for David Carr.
Messenbrink will be back, that's for sure. He goes over and gives a high five to all of the TV commentators. So that is going to bump Iowa State up into 4th. Stand corrected. 1.5 points ahead of the Hawkeyes. They will have 68.5. The Hawks with 67. So Iowa will finish in 4th as a team. Let's step out. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more from Kansas City right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
You wouldn't wear the same clothes every day, so why are you drinking only one kind of beer? Experience the largest area selection of craft beer at local craft cellar. Craft beer, non-alcoholic beverages, snacks, meats, and the hard stuff too. Bourbon, tequila, gin, and more. There really is something for everyone and every occasion at local craft cellar. Stop in today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
Welcome back to Kansas City for NCAA Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we get ready for 174. One of two possible four-timers. Carter Starace, the number 9 seed for Penn State, taking on the number 6 seed Rocco Welsh of Ohio State. These two wrestled in the dual meet, Starace winning by a score of 4-2. Starace
won 4-2, you said?
Yeah. Starace well on his way to another dominant season, but then when he was wrestling Joseph Arnold of Edinburgh, was finishing a tech fall, and there was a bit of a scramble, and he ended up got his knee tweaked. Had the injury default out of the Big Ten championships. Hence the number 9 seed coming in. don't know if it's my charger or the power here or something, but my phone just does not want to charge. Like, it says I still have 4 hours until full charge. And
What?
I've had it plugged in since I got here.
You need to use mine?
It's different. You got an iPhone.
True.
I got an Android.
Want to use my plug-in?
Now, let me try that and see. I don't know if the end would make a difference on it. Looks like almost the same end, but we'll try it and see what it does. Must be, because now it says 50 minutes till full, so.
There you go, Steven. Glad I could help with something.
Keep you around for a reason, Ironside, if it's only your power cords.
Once in a while. I was just counting how many finalists are out of the Big Ten.
I think there was 11 of them, if I remember correct. 6
right.
from Penn State, 2 from Michigan, 2 from Ohio State,
2, 3,
1 from Iowa.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of
20.
20 are out of the Big Ten.
That's impressive. Welsh, the number 6 seed, wins over Wask of Navy, Murphy of Campbell, Edmund Ruth of Illinois, and Lenny Wolak of Columbia. Strachey wins over Sparks of Minnesota, Kemp of Cal Poly. And then how about this? Quarterfinals and semifinals, taking on previous national champion Mackay Lewis, previous national champion Shane Griffith, 4-0, 2-0. He didn't give up a point to 2 different national champions.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot to say in the press as soon as he wins this match.
Yeah.
He's not probably going to hold back a whole lot. People doubting him, saying he's hurt, and I think giving him the 9 seed really disrespected him.
Well, he wanted, the way it sounds is he really wanted to wrestle at the Big Tens. And Coach Sanderson said no. We are underway here. 3 matches to go. Shot by Strachey from a ways away.
What year's Welsh?
True freshman.
True freshman in the finals?
Yep, out of Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
He just got a big old cut right below his eye.
He lost to Edmund Ruth twice, and then Griffith and Strachey. Those are his only losses on the year.
Where's he out of, Ohio?
Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yep.
Penn State didn't get him, huh?
Yeah. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States. You need expert care from specialists who know your heart condition inside and out. UI Heart and Vascular Center has advanced trained cardiologists that use state-of-the-art diagnostic tools. Make an appointment today at uihc.org/HVC. Get the
A
cut.
true freshman wrestling a senior, Carr Strachey. Now, that's a lot.
Yeah. A senior 3-time champion.
Dang. And he could come back again next year for a 6th year.
Yeah.
Be kind of curious to see when they announce. I would think that Bartlett and Kirkvleet and Strachey all come back again.
Yeah, I'm curious what their decision making is on that. Do they want to keep going team-wise? Do they want to start focusing on their own personal goals? Can they keep doing their personal stuff while doing college stuff? where are they at in their academic career? Because you still have to be enrolled in order to compete.
Yeah, we don't have to take a whole full-plated schedule by no means.
Makes me think of the Tommy Boy quote. Some people go to college for 8 years. Yeah, they're called doctors.
Yeah.
Strachey, another half attempt, just really changed levels and threw the arm at the leg. Takes a high crotch to the opposite side. Welch gets the hips back. Front headlock, and Strachey squares back up with him. Strachey takes a shot on the edge. Welsh circles back in. Another shot. There is a stall call against Welsh. Gets a smattering of boos, but I don't think it was unwarranted.
Welsh is who beat Patrick Kennedy at the national or the Big Tens too.
Yep.
Was it overtime?
Sudden victory, yeah.
That's another match Kennedy just didn't perform like he's capable of performing, you know, just no offense.
Strachey really just controlling things, gets another stall call and a point as the period comes to an end. More blood time between periods here.
Well, glad to see Angel calling the stalling. Even though 95% of the matches this year, you'd go through the entire first period, there would not be a single stall call at all. He's called it twice already, so that's good.
Yeah. Welsh's choice in the second period. He defers, so Strachey's going to start down. Strachey to his feet. Welsh drops down to the ankle, climbs back up over the hips. Stop it for more blood time.
Perfect, perfect. He's got that cut right on the ridge below his eye, and he's got a couple cuts on his forehead, too. I think he's just the type of wrestler after 3 days of wrestling, he's just kind of one of those wrestlers that just gets in and mixes it up a lot, and a lot of, I don't want to say headbutting, but that had a burn.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had that happen, but they had a close-up on him, and right when they put the swab on it to try to get it to stop, he grimaced real bad, whew. That stings a little bit. Jason Bryant just talking about the Olympic trials. Curious how many national champions from here will take that opportunity to enter into the trials. Quick escape for Strachey makes it 2-0 now. Shot by Welsh.
He's strong.
Almost sucked it in, but Strachey hips in and breaks that grip. Stalemate it. Fresh start, 1:14 to go.
This Welsh is a strong kid.
Starting to see a lot more emphasis in some of the weight training, the wrestling, just kind of the development at younger ages. And that's why you're seeing a lot more true freshmen come in and be able to compete.
Well, you're also seeing a lot of true freshmen coming in at 19, 20 years old, too.
Yeah.
You know? makes a big difference. I was actually just talking to Mike Chapman about that today over the Win Memorabilia show over at FanFest, and he was telling me when he graduated from high school, he was 17 years old, and his birthday's not until October.
Oh, wow.
That's really, really young.
Yeah.
I thought I was young. I was 17, and my birthday's not until July.
That's the way Jessica is, too.
These kids are graduating from high school all the time now at 19 years old on a regular basis.
Second period comes to an end. Strachey up 2-0. Welsh is going to go neutral. We'll see if Welsh can find a way to get to the legs. Or Strachey can get his hand raised as a national champ for the fourth time.
Has anybody won at 5 yet?
No.
Well, he could be the first to do that then.
Aaron Brooks is a four-time All-American, but 2020 he was a first-teamer, so he could have won it there. Inside of a minute to go, 2-0 is the lead for Strachey over Welsh. Strachey from Penn State, Welsh from Ohio State. Now see, the way Angel called it the first period, you could hit Strachey for stalling here. But it's almost like he's decided to swallow his whistle, not wanting to impact things, or wait till there's 30 seconds and then call it.
Yeah.
He started to put his hand up and then decided not to, and there he gets a stall call, and then a shot by Strachey. Welsh doing the splits. Strachey stands up. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 8 seconds left.
Well, that's going to do it. Carter Strachey's going to win this one 2-0. Can't believe there wasn't a single takedown in that match.
Welsh takes another shot, but not going to be able to get through. And Carter Strachey will be a four-time national champion. Big hugs for his coaching staff. Raises the hand of the trainer for getting him ready to go.
I know Angel was saying to him just now when they went back to the center.
Probably congrats.
Taking his knee brace off.
Taking the knee brace off, yeah. Surprised he's doing that in the middle of the mat.
Wonder what he's doing.
Is that Cunningham out there asking him? Maybe it's just that uncomfortable for him. He wants it off. Gonna go talk to Quentin Kesenich. We'll step out, take another timeout. We'll be back with the final two matches right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
On the Hawkeyes Sports Network, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer.
City, the
iHeartRadio soundtrack flashback.
Released late in 1977, Saturday Night Fever soundtrack dominated the charts in 1978. Just imagine shaking your booty on a lighted dance floor to Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees.
For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
Now, welcome back to Kansas City in the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Through 8 weight classes, 2 more to go. Right now, Penn State has 168.5. I don't know if that one includes Starachi's win yet or not. Cornell, 72.5, has secured second place. Michigan, 71, has secured third. Iowa State, 68.5, has secured fourth. Iowa, 67, has secured fifth. Arizona State, 64.5. Virginia Tech, 64. Ohio State, 62. Nebraska, 60.5. Oklahoma State has 56. So if they get bonus points, they could climb ahead of Nebraska. Northern Iowa needs a win from Hawkeyes here at 184, and they could jump ahead of Lehigh for 14th place. But they won't be getting any higher. How many teams do you think sent wrestlers and did not score a point?
What's that?
And how many teams do you think sent a wrestler that went 0-2, didn't score a point? 63 teams total.
63 total? I don't know, probably 10 or 15.
6.
Really?
6 teams didn't score a point. 2 more scored half a point.
Oh.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more scored just 1 point.
That's about right. I know who didn't score any points.
Congliaro from Harvard.
Yeah. The number 5 seed. The air guitar cam's funny.
Sometimes it's more fun to see people not recognize what it is. So it's like, hey, we're doing the air guitar cam. And they see just them up on the camera, and they're like, I'm going to flex. Something weird like that.
Oh, yeah, look at him. See, I like when people get into it. He's not going in rhythm, though. He needs a better guitar song now.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are tearing it up. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, look at this guy.
Just turns it into a chugging contest, even though his glass is empty. That's why I say they don't pay attention to what they're supposed to do. It's just, hey, look up. You're on the camera. There we go at 184. Top seed Parker Keckeisen of UNI taking on the number 3 seed Plott of Oklahoma State. The burrito lift for Parker Keckeisen. Pump it up.
The burrito lift?
Yeah, I mean, you ever heard the burrito lift like at Kinnick Stadium? It's pump it up, but they do that, and then they put the camera, and everybody's supposed to pump up the burrito.
I haven't been to a game at Kinnick Stadium for years, so.
These two have wrestled twice this year, 12-6 in the duel and 14-5 in the finals of the Big 12s.
Oh, look at that.
Eastbound and down.
We're going to do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run. We're going to be doing some eastbound down tonight.
Yeah, we are.
There,
Northeast, but
Dustin Plott, that was his walkout song. That's the first time I've ever heard someone use that song as a walkout song. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. How about Parker Keckeisen as a possibility, kind of a dark horse on the Hodge Trophy? 30-0, and he's got 20 bonus point wins.
That's impressive.
Only one of them is a fall, though. 1 fall, 9 tech falls, and 10 majors.
Yeah, he's definitely in contention, but as of right now, unless something happens to Aaron Brooks in the finals and gets upset, I don't see anybody getting the Hodge besides Brooks, probably. But that's a very impressive resume by Parker Keckeisen.
I didn't realize he's only a junior.
I didn't either.
Well, it says he's a junior, but this is his 4th NCAA. So he must have one more year available. Or it was a typo.
I thought he was a senior. But he could come back for one more COVID year if he wanted. He's deep on a shot on Plott, cutting across right now, and then gets a 3-point takedown. I even said 3, Steven.
Only 2 matches left for us to mess it up.
Yeah, only the second to the last match in the season. I got her. Nice shot. Nice job. Way to get to the offense right away by Parker, too. Where's he from originally? Somewhere in Illinois?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Glendale, Wisconsin.
That was a good find for Doug Schwab.
Good mat return right there as Plott had gotten to his feet. Out of bounds. They head back to the center with 1:44 to go. Keckeisen leading 3-0.
Great return right there by Keckeisen. Plott stood up. He picked him up and put him down hard. Got some oohs and ahs from the crowd. The thing about Keckeisen, too, is you watch his matches, the thing I've noticed with him, he doesn't get into situations where he rolls around and grabs ankles and stuff like that. He usually is able to finish pretty traditional-wise because he stays in such good position.
And on a shot there, trying to keep a hand in.
See, like
now
everything
he
he's
hooks
doing
the
right
ankle.
now, everything he's doing is just very technical and methodical, and is what you're supposed to do, and he doesn't roll. Now he's going to get this. Well, he's going to run out of room here, probably go out of bounds, but he's going to get this out. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it in bounds.
That should be 3, right? No, his head's still buried in there.
No, that should be 3 there.
There it is, right before they go out of bounds.
Yep. See, he
That's
knew where
man
he was
awareness.
at. Exactly. He
Yeah.
knew where he was at and what he had to do the whole time.
I mean, he kept that one hand in so that he could adjust his hips a little bit and try to slide back in, and then just kept working. Plott has 3 losses on the year, 2 of them to Hawkeyes. He also lost a barn burner 12-10 at the Cliff Keen Invite to Lenny Pinto from Nebraska. Sixth place the last 2 years for Plott at 174. Now he's in the finals at 184.
So what year's Plott?
He is a senior. But I think he has one more eligibility. I'm still torn on the whole COVID thing. Like, I understand guys lost that tournament. Things were kind of screwy. But for a guy that was maybe redshirting that year, wasn't even going to compete, and then they still get one more year versus guys like Lugo that were ready to go and lost it completely. I don't know. I guess you got to draw the line somewhere, and you just say, okay, you were in school.
It doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't. It was very unfortunate for those guys that were seniors that year. Really, really unfortunate.
Plott starts down to begin the second period, gets the escape, so it's 6-3, Hawkeyes with the lead. Plus he has riding time. Hawkeyes in a low sweep attempt. Plott comes back across with the underhook. .125 to go, second period. Hawkeyes has 1:11 of riding time. There's a shot by Plott. It's in pretty deep. Hawkeyes rolls him out of bounds, head back to the center.
Hawkeyes is strong, too. He's a strong kid.
He's the only undefeated wrestler in this weight class.
So Iowa finished 1.5 points behind Iowa State.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was only going to be half a point.
No, it was 67 to 64.5. So. And there again, you look at, maybe one of those guys that got beat early in the tournament. If you can win that match, you get half a point difference instead of having to win on the backside. If you're winning by 6 points, you get one more takedown and win by 9 and get a major. There's a point.
Ekamindia getting medical forfeit today. That helped. But we also got one with Caleb Rachi, too. An injury default.
20 seconds left, second period. Hawkeyes in a front headlock on Plott.
Just one more victory. One more victory is really all we needed somewhere in there.
Period comes to an end. 6-3 will be Hawkeyes' lead as we go to the third. Got blood time, it looks like. If you or someone you know needs support now, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. Also, Molly's Cupcakes, proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hopefully they had plenty of them today for the Hawkeyes. Big win in the women's basketball tournament. Hawkeyes starts down. Intentional release by Plott makes it 7-3, 8-3 with the riding time.
Kirkvleet doing just a great job of controlling this match, right? Setting the tone, getting a takedown early, and just continuing to just kind of control everything.
Nice reshot, cuts off to a double.
See how his quick his finishes are? That's what I'm talking about. He is so good at finishing takedowns. No ever really rolling around and all this stuff that you see. He's really just good, solid, basic fundamentals, and I'm sure a lot of that's just how he is normally is himself, but I think a lot of that also is that's part of, being coached by Doug Schwab as well too. He's that's how Doug was. Very fundamentally sound.
Gonna go optional start. Make it 10-4, 11-4 with the riding time. Minute to go here in the 184-pound match. 197, the last one to come up. Kirkvleet drops for a shot. Plott tries to reshoot. Kirkvleet throws the arm out. Come up in an over-under situation. Tries throwing the underhook by. Pulls the arm out of there. It was interesting when I was talking to Rex before we got going here today, and he's like, I just don't know what it is with Plott, is there's another takedown for Kirkvleet.
13-4.
And he's like,
with riding time.
I just don't know what it is with Plott. He can tear through the entire weight class, no problem, but then when he wrestles Kirkvleet, he just gets whooped up on.
Just Kirkvleet's style. He's just so, he wrestles differently than everybody else.
I mean, you look at Plott at the Big 12s. Fall, tech fall, and then he gets majored by Kirkvleet. 13-5, 14-5 with the riding time. Kirkvleet in another attempt there. And that's going to do it. Parker Kirkvleet will be a national champion for the Northern Iowa Panthers. 14-5 major decision.
That's awesome.
Congratulations to him and to Coach Schwab. Doug jumps down off and runs over and gives a big hug to the family. He doesn't wait up there for Parker to come give a hug. He goes and finds the family. And then he jumps back up on the stage. One match to go for the 2024 season. We will take one final timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up with 197. You're listening to the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Wow, what a huge hit.
Well, not as huge as the craft beer selection at local craft cellar.
Looking for the largest selection of craft beer in the area? You'll find it all at Local Craft Cellar. On top of their massive selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, Local Craft Cellar also stocks brats, jerky, bacon, and more from Edgewood Locker Meats, C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. And online at localcraftcellar.com. That's localcraftcellar.com.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
While the winter wind blows, scoop up a 0 down, 0 interest deal on Caterpillar Tough excavation equipment at Altor for Cat. From the mini excavator on up, Cat Next Generation excavators feature industry-leading tech and safety features. See the latest models in all sizes at Altor for Cat. At 0%, 0 down, and 0 hassle, now is the best time to scoop up your new excavator. Win big this winter. Call Altorfer at 866-DEMO-CAT or visit altorfer.com. That's 866-DEMO-CAT or altorfer.com.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back to Kansas City, the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Winding things down for the year. Final match of the night will be top seed Aaron Brooks of Penn State and the number 2 seed Trent Hidlay from North Carolina State. So, Mark, we get to this point every year. 4 All-Americans, 5th place finish for the Hawkeyes. 4th place at the Big Tens. Definitely not the standard for the program. Definitely not the standard for the coaching staff. What is next for Coach Brands? I mean, not necessarily what would you do, but, I mean, is he looking at a variety of things now, or what do you think this program needs to do to move forward? It's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question right there, Stephen. I think we talked about it earlier. I think it's a situation where are you done with those binos?
Yes.
I think it's a situation where something has to change. I mean, I think it could be multiple things. And I think it's a situation where, you know, we've been saying for years, like after, you know, the Nationals, Coach Tom Brands is probably going to get with the coaching staff and maybe just kind of sit down himself too and kind of reflect and think, okay, where are we falling short at? You know, what do we need to do to address it? And that could be multiple areas, you know, in all realms. And then is he gonna, you know, how creative do you get? You know, Tom's very, very against kind of getting away from, you know, what your beliefs are in the sport and stuff like that. So sometimes change can be hard, but something at this point, I mean, something's got to change. You don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I can't say. I'm not in the room. I don't see everything. I'm just kind of with you. I travel with the guys and hang out a little bit here and there, and I watch the wrestling. But, you know, there's definitely some areas that we need to improve on for sure. And so just it's going to be, and I don't know what their process is if they get together as a coaching staff after the Nationals every year, whether you're 5th in the country or you're 1st in the country. I think it's something where you always just sit down and you kind of go through and reflect and figure out what we need to continue to do that we're doing well and where we're falling short at and what we need to change, what's the best way of going about it, and figure things out. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's evident that, you know, it's not just about second, you know, we're how many points out of second, but you got to think like how many points we're out of first.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we're fighting for second there, and then we're fighting for third, and then tonight coming in here we're
100 points out of first.
We're fighting for fourth, but we're so far behind Penn State that's where, I mean, they got to know that. I mean, if it was only, you know, like how many points were we out of second?
I mean, 5.5.
5.5 points out of second. I mean, if that's the case, then it's like, yeah, we could have, you know, I mean, we could have won this tournament and a million different ways. Win one match here, one match there, another major here. You could have dissected it and won in all kinds of different ways. But when you're 100 points out of first, and it's not just us, it's the rest of the country. But what's the rest of the country going to do to try and catch Penn State? Well, a lot of them are going to be going right to that portal. That's what they're going to be doing. That's the quick fix. That's the quick fix right now. And the thing is you got to know and realize that Penn State is never going to have a down year to where, well, they're losing Brooks this year, so they're going to have a big hole at 97 next year. I mean, they got someone either waiting in the wings or they're going to go find someone in the portal themselves. And it's tough for somebody else to get a 97-pounder if they need one because, how do you compete? Come to Penn State, win a title as a national championship team, I mean, and we've got all the money. So, they want to offer you X amount? Well, we'll double it. I mean, how do you beat that? I don't know. So, I don't know. There's a lot to try and figure out, and it's an awful lot, and it's not easy. And it's not going to happen overnight either. Aaron Brooks versus Hidlay.
Hidlay, a 5-time All-American, runner-up in 2021 at 184. Also finished 5th and 4th. Brooks, a 5-time All-American, 3-time champion. Trying to join teammate Carter Starachi and become the 7th 4-time NCAA champion. As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also, Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for nearly 15 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. Brooks had a cradle locked in, but hadn't got the hip down yet.
I thought that'd be 2 there, or 3.
Tries pulling him back in, and Hidlay drops in on the ankle. Going to go out of bounds, potentially dangerous. How about Pat Smith for the longest time being the only 4-time national champ? Now we're on the cusp of having 6 of them in the last, 10 or 12 years?
Yeah. It's getting up there.
Double under, snap into a front headlock for Brooks. Brooks out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Hidlay actually coming out of Lewiston, Pennsylvania. Not too far from State College. I'd be surprised if, actually, has Brooks already qualified for the Olympic trials?
Yeah.
I thought so. Nice double leg. They go off onto the carpet, head back to the center. Approaching a minute to go here, first period. No score, Brooks and Hidlay. Curious to see next year's schedule, because we had Oregon State come here. I think we're supposed to have a return trip out there. There's a stall call on Hidlay.
What?
But
we do?
I think so. That's what I had heard. A lot of times you do some sort of a home and home. But you could potentially have a trip out to Columbia, which is in New York City. So it could get the West Coast with Oregon and then the East Coast with New York City early on in the season.
That's a lot. You're going to be traveling a lot, Steven.
Yes, I am.
I just wish we'd get you and I on the schedule.
Yeah.
Instead of going all the way out one place or the other and stuff, we're going to Cal Baptist, and where else did we go? Penn.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I just really wish that we'd get UNI back on the schedule. I don't know what the deal is there, but every year just get them back on the schedule. It's a non-conference team. It would be great for the fans, great for the sport of wrestling in Iowa.
Quick blood time, back at it. Hidlay tried throwing an underhook by, missed on it. Again, tries that, and as soon as he did, Brooks sensed it, drops in on ahead to the outside shot and finishes for the 3.
Great finish. Great shot, great finish. Right at the end of the period.
Yeah, right at the end of the period. 3-0 is the lead for Brooks. It's kind of weird because it was like Hidlay was really trying, instead of just getting the underhook, he was like throwing his chest in at the same time.
It just showed a replay of that when Brooks hit that shot, his arm was like left back and he was extended, but he did such a great job of re-penetrating and re-shooting, got his hips underneath him, and then he was able to come up. There was no hesitation there, no backing out. It's just a mentality really right there. He didn't get it off the initial shot.
Brooks starts down to begin the second, gets up for the escape, so he leads 4-0. Get to the edge. Brooks, rather than shoot him off, just stands up and walks back towards the center. One minute to go now, second period. Leaning right now, ear to ear. Hidlay tried dropping for a shot. Brooks tossed him a little bit right on the edge of the mat, but they went out of bounds before anything could develop point-wise. Brooks swipes at the ankle again. Another stall call. That'll be a point. Make it 5-0 now for Brooks. Hidlay sweeps. Reshot attempt there by Brooks. Final seconds tick away. Brooks leads 5-0. As we go into the final 2 minutes of the season. Hidlay will start down. Brooks only 4 seconds of riding time since he got that takedown right at the end of the period. Got out relatively quickly. Up to their feet, out of bounds. .148 remains now. I want to say thanks to you, Mark, allowing me to stumble my way through these. Learned a thing or two over the years, but still I'm figuring some things out. It's been another fun season, though. Been some excitement. I'd love to have a little more at this time of year especially, but...
Yeah, I wish we did too. Wish we had some more finalists to talk about and some more takedowns to record, some more wins to record throughout the season, some more pins, But we'll hear no matter what, bring any of the action. Appreciate everybody tuning in, listening this season, and we'll see what next season brings. it's going to see what the offseason brings, the next season brings, and regardless, I plan to be here.
Me too.
Probably going to miss a couple of those at the beginning of the year due to work and hunting season, but that's my...
I adapt and overcome.
Yeah, you do.
Throw Beatty on the air with me, or... Moody actually did a pretty good job. Did you listen to that when they were out at Cal Baptist? Moody and Beatty did pretty well. Big thank you, of course, everybody that tunes in, everybody that sends us messages. A lot of times that we're locked in, even if we do have our computers here, we're locked in on doing other things, so we may say, hey, I don't know about this, and somebody will send us a message and fill us in. Appreciate that, because recognize that you guys enjoy tuning in, and you want to help us sound as best as we can. We definitely need some help every now and again. Brooks is going to ride Hidlay out here, it looks like. Penn State will get 172.5. So they'll beat the scoring record by 2.5. Although somebody posted, apparently WrestleStat went back, and the 1983 Iowa championship team, I think they did bonus points different back then. So if you changed how the points would have worked in that tournament, just with bonus points, that team would have scored, I think, 177. But, again, rules were different from 83 to 97. They're different from 97 to today. And in 15 or 20 years, they'll probably be different again. So
hopefully they're different next year.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want them to be different next year.
Aaron Brooks will give the escape to Hidlay, and he will get a riding point. He will win by a score of 6-1 to become the 7th four-time national champion in NCAA wrestling history. Penn State 172.5, Cornell 72.5, Michigan 71, Iowa State 68.5, Iowa in 5th at 67 for the year. So 100-point differential from first to second place.
That's crazy. Crazy. Never seen a margin like that before.
I think the previous record was 73. Can't remember what year it was. We had it previously, but Penn State blew that one out of the water this year. That's going to do it for us. Mark, thank you. Drive safe on the way home.
You as well.
And we'll be in touch. I'm looking forward to November 1st when we can start things up again. So, big thanks again to all of our sponsors. Doug Wagner back at KXIC, Corey Sheets with the Hawkeye Sports Network, and Learfield helping get everything rolling throughout the year. And big thank you to all of you for tuning in. Now, this is Stephen Grace. You have been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer. Pioneer combines cutting-edge research with one of the largest local testing programs in the industry to help farmers succeed. Pioneer, what's next happens here. Also brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. And by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeyes Sports Network.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
If you're looking for the most epic place on earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Fox Sports Radio.
AM 800 KXIC.
So how do you like it?
The question is this.
You like it like this?
I'm strictly talking basketball.
Or like this?
Baseball tends to be, of all our sports, very much steeped in tradition.
And what about this?
Basically, the NFL has found ways to make money off of everything.
Like it a lot. Whatever it is that you like, we've got it covered. It's sports the way you like it on Fox Sports Radio. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Go! Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1.
Martin and VJ coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. You can get us on Twitter. I'm at Martin Weiss, VJ at Big Vanilla Funny. Like Emmett, the blind Seahawks fan, he's a big fan of Fox Sports Radio. He says, Patrick is the most enthusiastic producer in sports radio. I see what Martin's doing, and he's trying to cheat. And I tell Emmett, no need. No need.
Hey, you know what, man? Blind Emmett, this guy, I'm surprised he didn't have a job here. Like that, he know this. He'll text me because we've exchanged him. I've done his sports talk show for him a few times, and he did mine for me a few times on our StreamYard. He'll text me. So, hey, who's producing? Is it Bo? Is Iowa Sam on the boards? I'm like, bro, how the hell do you know? Are you cool with Big Mike or something? How the hell do you know the damn schedule? He'll go, oh, no, that's right. Bo's not on there because I'm like, dude, I haven't even looked at the schedule yet. Who got it to you first?
You know, it's funny. I've actually once or twice got like a DM or something. Like, he goes, hey, are you going to be filling in for like Mallard tonight? Or like one day, or he's like, is it you or is it like, is Ian or Shade? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, yo, and I go like, yo, it's me, man. I'm like, okay, I see you.
I love that. Listen, I love that kid.
Big props to you, Emmett.
Student at Washington State University. He wants to do what we do, man. And the kid's good.
No,
he really is, man.
He corrected Andy Furman because I'm doing updates because Andy, bless his heart. He tweets out the show, right? A solid 18 hours before he's on the air, and so he tagged the wrong Martin Weiss in the tweet, so I didn't see it. And Emmett was Johnny on the spot. Said, no, you got the wrong guy. That's the wrong account for Martin Weiss.
He did that. I covered Furman's show a couple times too, and he put at Patrick Suika with me. That's my name. That's not my Twitter handle. So I was like, oh, that Andy, I don't know who that is, but that ain't me. Yeah. He goes, really?
Yeah.
No.
Good guy, man. Big Seahawk fan, so you guys got that in common.
Much love to Emmett, man. Yep. Much love for that. Thank you for the shout out.
Brian Albert said, Big Vanilla Funny ain't about that big dog life, with a picture of DJ Burns here, dominating with his big bad self. DJ Burns is my dad called him the other day, he called him Zion's cousin. Who plays for NC State.
Yeah, he looked like he ate Zion. Listen, first of all, this dude is listen, he can ball. And I said this during commercial break, watching the game, watching him finish off Oakland University. Shout out to them. Good big tournament win the other night, and then just fell short tonight, throwing the ball away, forcing overtime, and then losing overtime. This guy's soft. You know how I know? You that big, bro. You need to be on the football field. He could play, though. He could ball. I'm not, of course, he's got soft touch. He's got nimble feet. He's got a soft touch from the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter. But when I see a human being this big, okay, he looks like a tackle, guys. He does not look like he would be on the basketball court. And he's got no shot at the NBA. Not at that size and that weight. He'd have to lose easily 70 pounds, 70, 80 pounds for any GM to really look at him and take. I mean, hell, they want Zion cutting weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, he's on a nice run in college, but nah, man, I ain't about that, I ain't about that big dog life. Nah, man. Thanks, Brian.
Hype man Harry says, who don't all have the men's women's Final Four champs? He's got Duke and South Carolina. And he asks, how many brackets did you pick? VJ picked 0. I picked 1 because you should only pick 1. Don't be that person who comes up there. Patrick, are you that person? You're that person, aren't you?
No, I honestly, I only picked 1. I was going to write down and circle them just at home for me and like my family, but I forgot about doing it. But I did do like our little bracket challenge thing. Just 1.
I did our bracket challenge as well after being maligned for a year. After my co-host to the left of me, he said, how could you not even do the Fox Sports Radio bracket challenge?
You know why? Because you're the one. Okay, so let's tell the whole story. Martin likes telling part stories when it's about him and myself. He's the one who actually told me about the bracket last year. I didn't know. So the way he told me, I thought, oh, okay, he's must gonna do it. We were just starting we had just started the show in October. We were kind of getting our feet wet. We got through football season. We were starting basketball, and I'm like, oh, my co-host is texting me saying, hey, if you didn't know, you have until Thursday. They're doing a bracket challenge. So for you to tell me about it and then not do it, and then I had to ask you about, I said, what place are you in right now? And you looked at me and you go, I didn't do one. I said, whoa. How do you tell me to do one and you? So that's the whole landscape and story.
I wanted to make sure that you had seen it. The reason why I didn't follow the bracket last year, I worked from 4 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific. By the time I got off of work, the games had started already because they started 9 o'clock in the morning out here, and I just had too busy of a day. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Whatever.
All right, well, I'm starting something new this year. Enjoy the tournament, guys. You don't have to do brackets every year. Take a break and just see how it feels. It feels phenomenal. It does. I want Carolina to win it all, but that's all I'm pulling for. I don't care who wins none of these games for the first time in my life of watching the tournament. I normally got a horse in the race, and I don't have one this year, and I could just chill and enjoy it. I love this, man. I like the way it feels. So,
and, before, real quick, just to give who's the leader in the clubhouse for the FSR hosts.
Yeah, who's winning?
Just to go back to it's actually the king right now, solely atop the mound. In first place is one Jonas Knox of the two pros of the Cup. Jonas.
J-Man, okay. No won it last year. Look, I finished tied for 3rd last year, so I'll take that. And I'll get back in it. I just wanted to enjoy 1 year of not doing any brackets. So Jonas is in first place. All right. Martin, where you at? Do you ever look? Okay.
I have no idea.
All right.
Like, once you fill it, to me, once you fill out the bracket, if you're not in the top 5, don't worry about it. You might
you're not winning. Well, the way this is set up, I do like the way this is set up because that point differential does make you could come back and jump up 4 or 5 spots off of a weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, if you're over here pounding the table because you had Duquesne instead of Illinois, I think you're doing it wrong. But somebody who never does it wrong, that's Steve DeSager. He'll update us on that Illinois and Duquesne game and just about everything else. Steve, what's going on, my friend?
You haven't seen my bracket.